Home for the NBA. San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs go for their first 3-game win streak of the season. They welcome in the New York Knicks tonight. 7 o'clock tip-off. Keldon Johnson listed as questionable. NCAA tournament continues today, and I tell you what, it was wild and crazy yesterday. Major League Baseball still going strong. Rangers won last night. Astros lost. Both of them back in action today. The Blitz from Vegas starts right now.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Happy Friday. Good Friday.
Good Friday.
He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. It's going to be a great Friday for us and for you as well, as we are live at our home away from home, Circa Las Vegas. We rearranged the house here at Stadium Swim, so hopefully some of the sun issues that we dealt with yesterday won't overheat equipment the way we're set up today. But the view is, a whole new meaning to scenic views, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely right. I tell you what, it is great. Yeah, a little cloudy here today, more cloudy than it was yesterday. So it's going to be a beautiful day and a great Friday, and glad that you're all with us. We got a lot to talk about, man.
Well, we do. And again, I mean, you look at those tournament games yesterday, as you heard us talking about all day yesterday, UConn was just going to roll San Diego State, and that is exactly what they did. Illinois hung on and got a solid win. And it's just so much fun last night, you know, and I am thankful that I did not put a lot on or anything on San Diego State because, man, I was leaning that way.
You were thinking about it.
I was leaning that way. I did not expect UConn to roll that way. I'm not going to back off my Houston as a champion prediction if they make it that far. But I'm about to say, is there a team actually any better than UConn? They might actually win every game by double digits.
You know what?
They are just so damn impressive.
They are impressive, and it's good. They're already, by the way, and I'm going to crow for a minute because I was all over Illinois yesterday, and they came through. It's awesome. Gave that pick to a couple of friends that are here.
Yeah.
They're just like, well, what's your pick today?
I need a lock.
So I'll give them another lock. Creighton, by the way, is the lock today that we're going to go with. They'll beat Tennessee. So anyway, we're going to go with that. But already UConn's an 8.5-point favorite over Illinois in their game tomorrow.
Yeah, that's not surprising, is it?
Wow. Well, it is.
It's
a little surprising.
The surprising part to me is it's single digits.
Man,
I mean,
8.5.
The way both of those teams looked last night, that Illinois game was a lot of fun to watch. We had gone to dinner.
Yeah.
And got back. And again, by the time we got off the air yesterday and pack up all the equipment and couple of cold beers, you get back to the room and yeah, crap, these games have already started.
Yeah.
And it's that weird time change mentality. Like, you're doing a show in the Central Time Zone. Yeah, this is going to start at 6, and you look at your phone and it's 4:08. You're not thinking, oh, that game is starting right now. Right? So I didn't get anything on the early games, which I'm glad because man, I was really thinking San Diego State might cover that 12, and good Lord, did they get steamrolled. But you kind of go back and, we get back from dinner last night and watching those late games in Circa, in the sports book, it's just incredible. Just that vibe, that atmosphere. I have never done any kind of March Madness in Las Vegas, ever. And so I can only imagine what open weekend was Final Four is going to be like. But you had these pockets of fans that, it's like you're almost in their stadium because everybody's wearing their colors and their jerseys, and the cheering and the groaning and the, two games going on at once. And then there was a little patch of dudes that were watching a hockey game and they were cheering. You're like, what the hell are you doing? It's commercial. Oh, they're watching a completely other game.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun out here. And to have the surprises that we had, and of course we're going to talk a lot about that, but I tell you, it's a different vibe. I was out here in Vegas last year for the opening round of March Madness, and it's just crazy. It came so close to hitting a big parlay, but I digress.
Yes,
I digress. But no, it's so much fun, and not only that, I mean, Spurs tonight. It's going to be on here somewhere. I would assume, and taking on the New York Knicks. But it's a crazy night, a crazy time here in Vegas with just all the different characters that are walking around that you see and that you talk to, and there's no better place to people watch than Las Vegas, because every shape, size, and personality is out here.
Yes, and on Fremont Street, you can take photos with them if you so choose to do so. Well, that was great last night. Just having a good time, and then some friends that they're like, "Hey, we're out watching the band on Fremont," and I see the text, so I was like, "All right, well, I'm getting my ass kicked right now on the table, so it's probably pretty good to go outside and let's go watch the band." Well, I go out, and then I realized, well, that text was sent like an hour and a half ago because I couldn't find them.
Yeah,
and but the band was great. Then we walked down to the D, which is a part of the Circa family, and did well there. I made up for what I lost earlier, so I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, I got back to the room pretty late.
Well, yeah, both of us did.
Actually, I got back to Circa, and I ran into you.
Yeah, so I was at the tables because we had some friends here. We went to dinner with them last night. Dinner took forever. It was just weird. It's one of those places where you get these different
seven course
dinner, right? And it took forever. And when it takes that long, you drink several bottles of wine, and we did that. So I was feeling pretty good when I got back here. Yeah. So Vince Trevino on our YouTube channel says, have you gone to El Cortez? And we have not yet, but that's got to be a plan either today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I have not been yet. Well, actually, I was, we were kind of heading that way, but we ended up stopping at the D, and I don't think I've ever actually been in the D before. And like I said, I as much of a heater as you could say that I got on, but but I did well at the D playing blackjack last night. I'm still trying to figure out if I like free bet or not.
My wife
likes free bet. We were playing free bet last night, and again, this was after Joe's fancy ass dinner. I had been drinking since 4. My wife had been drinking since 10 a.m. So I mean,
yes,
there, and so we're playing free bet, and the problem with free bet, if you don't know how to play it, or if you're not used to it, you have to adjust your blackjack thinking. So I'm thinking a little too much playing free bet, and we were winning. It was when we stayed there for a long time playing. So it's we didn't win anything, but we didn't. That was I probably left there with less than I started with, but I didn't. But I left with chips, going, all right, I'm done. I'm done giving you money. But also because some jackwagon was at that table, just a complete ass, because that guy wants to split everything because it's a free bet, and he was getting mad at us because we weren't splitting everything.
Well, I had 2 5s, right? And so I want to double down on that. And you do that, and you it's a free bet. Well, he thought I should have split them.
Yeah.
And so he's getting on me, and I'm like, dude, if you want to give me some money to play with, I'll bet however you like.
And then he threw you money.
He threw me money, and I said, you jackass. And so we had a little exchange there. And so, that was interesting.
But I get but I don't. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, I would. And again, though, I don't know without knowing the rules of free bet, who's right. But if I've got a 10, I'm going to double down on that. One card, there you go. Splitting 2 5s, I don't know. But the problem is this guy, he was winning. And that
pissed me off because he was a complete jackass. And I was hoping he was going to get his butt kicked, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So he left the table with a stack of chips, and that kind of it really pissed me off. But it is what it is, and sometimes that happens. But again, free bet is new to me, so I guess technically I'm supposed to split those 5s instead of just doubling down on it.
Well, I mean, you just have 2 different hands that you're going with. And actually watching him play, because I mean, he split 3s, he's anything that he was splitting everything. And if you get another one, then you get another free bet.
Yeah.
And it was $25 minimums, and at one point he had like 4 different bets going, and he had a $50 bet out there. So he get those 4 free ones, and he, won a couple $100 on one hand. And it was like, you son of a, because I would never have done that because that's not your thinking, right?
No. So I'm more of I think I like real blackjack better than I do the free bet, and we'll probably stick with that. Although sometimes I don't know. Like I sat down at that table and I didn't know it was free bet, and I'd already gotten chips, and so you're just kind of where you are.
You didn't know where you were last night when you were doing that either. So let's be honest. Free bet.
I was feeling pretty good.
There's no doubt about it. Whatever, right? But that's the beauty of Vegas,
yes,
man. And,
yes.
Certainly a lot of fun. Good week.
Yeah, it has been.
It's been a good week.
Yeah, and today's going to be great. And happy you guys are listening, however you're doing that. Hope you're having a great, good Friday.
Yeah, well, and again, and looking at the YouTube chat, and again, we've got Swim Cam up. It's working as we speak right now. So if you want to see the view that we have right now in Las Vegas at Stadium Swim, Circa Las Vegas, go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. If you've got friends in Vegas, or if you're watching us from Vegas because you're a listener of this program, you can get into Stadium Swim for free. All you have to do is when you get to the check-in place to get your wristband, tell them you're with San Antonio Sports Star, and you will get free access here into the great pool area with some day baseball going on right now. The women's tournament is on, and come hang out at the pool. Even if you're not staying here, you can come here.
Yeah.
Eat, drink, swim, whatever you want to do. Just mention and say you're with us, and you get free entry. But looking at the YouTube chat, Vince Trevino says Rob cut the mullet.
How about that?
Now, I don't know if Vince is a barber and he actually cut it. Did Rob talk about it today on the air? Because I had not heard that from anybody, but I would have thought like James Pledger would have told us, or in the group chat, or the donation to Locks of Love, or whatever the case might have been. The mullet is gone.
Well, I'd like to see, photographic proof of that. Rob, if you're whenever you wake up from your nap, send us a photo, a little selfie.
Yeah, apparently he talked about it this morning.
All right.
Honestly, I did not hear any of the morning huddle this morning.
We did not. So I'm glad he did that, though. It was time.
It was time. It was very
I
much.
would like to see it, though.
Well, the thing, I've known Rob a long time. Generally, when he gets a haircut, he wears a hat for about 2 weeks.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, the last time he wore a hat, he had this, flowing locks hanging out of the back of it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you got
for a haircut.
Yeah, you gotta. That's just unbecoming of a great sports talk show host. You can't do that.
Unbecoming. Yeah.
Let's talk about the tournament action from last night. Get you set for tonight as we roll on here from Stadium Swim at Circa Las Vegas. You know, this morning, and while we're out here in Las Vegas, it's Friday. I every week, every Friday, I change my trays for Invisalign. Brought them with me. Week 7 is in this morning. If you're going through the Invisalign process, and it's interesting talking to people that have done Invisalign or are thinking about it, that are asking me questions about it. I got it from Dr. Smith over at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. If you're thinking about it, go see Dr. Smith and talk about it. They've got an Invisalign special going on right now. The website, smilestructure.com. Whether you're thinking Invisalign, orthodontics for the kids, or maybe it's just been a while since you've been to the dentist, or you're looking for a new dentist, or you need a second opinion, go see Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces, the great staff that they have from cleaning, whitening, crowns, fillings, dental implants, wisdom teeth extraction. At Smile Structure, they can handle every aspect of your dentistry needs. Dr. Smith is a Army veteran. They do a lot for veterans. In fact, veteran-owned and operated. They offer discounts to uninsured veterans. Medicaid and all PPO insurance is accepted, and they do offer a dental savings plan if you don't have dental insurance. And right now, you can get a free exam and x-rays when you mention 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. With 5 San Antonio area locations, you can learn more and book an appointment online. Smilestructure.com is the website. Smilestructure.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final 4. One winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
Heard the catchphrase that's sweeping the nation?
Jackson, Hugh, yeah.
People are saying Jackson Hugh yeah to Jackson Hewitt because they love saving money on tax prep. Do you love saving money? Then switch to Jackson Hewitt today and pay less than last year. Thousands of people have already made the switch. Why haven't you? Stop waiting and start filing. You won't get a better deal or a better catchphrase. All together now.
Jackson Hugh, yeah!
Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
Okay, I know I can't be alone on this. Is anyone else behind on their Easter prep? Because it snuck up on me. Good thing I went to Kohl's. I found Sephora beauty finds for under $25 that'll be perfect for my girls' baskets. And I saved 40% on cute dresses for them too. Then I got myself a stylish dress for 20% off plus an extra 15% off. Oh, and I earned Kohl's cash. Kohl's saves the day again. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sephora and kids Easter looks coupons do not apply. 15% offer ends March 30th. See store or kohls.com for details.
Get the one and done you want for your dog's monthly protection. NexGard Plus, a Foxolaner, Moxidectin, and Pyrantel chewable tablets. Protects against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms. All in one delicious beef-flavored soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection prior to starting a preventive. Ask your vet about NexGard Plus Chews.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
San Antonio, get ready for Car Fest, April 5th through the 7th at the Freeman Expo Hall. Enjoy a car show, driver workshops, entertainment, plus the chance to win a free car. And the best part, admission is free. Learn more at carfestsa.org.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live at Stadium Swim at Circa Las Vegas. You can follow along. Video is up. Pool cam is working. The San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can go there, watch, like, subscribe. You can comment. Hit us up on the socials. At Joe Reinagel 210, at Jason Minix. At SA Sports Star.
Yeah, so you can call us too if you want. The old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Right? 656-ESPN.
That's it.
656-3776.
Joe's 3 years into this and finally remembered the phone number.
Well, I'm telling you, and after a couple of days in Vegas, it's the old mind is working okay.
Is it?
I'm doing all right.
A little slow though.
Sure, well, not today.
Yeah,
no.
Really.
I feel pretty good today, actually. I won't lie to you.
Well, it's because you had a good hearty breakfast.
Had a great breakfast. Yeah. Great breakfast. It was good. And I kind of have a little FOMO because you had the nice Wagyu hot dog yesterday.
Yeah. So
I might have to venture down there at some point during the show today and grab one of those.
I'm glad to know you're jealous of my wiener.
Yeah. Yeah. That's well.
It was fantastic.
The one you could buy at the grill. Certainly.
I'm just saying.
That's a good one. I'll give you that one.
You put it on a tee, man. I got to knock it out of the park.
Very often, folks, but when it happens, it happens. I got to give credit where credit's due.
I didn't think it's un-American not to have a hot dog on opening day of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I had a Frito pie. All right, so it was and a brisket one at that, and it was delicious. So
Yeah, good stuff. You guys want to talk about the games that you saw last night, the surprises. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We got a 1 seed that's finally out. Alabama and an incredible win over North Carolina, 89-87. Do you rethink Alabama after taking out North Carolina?
Well, you have to. I mean, you have to. And, we talked about this yesterday because we were talking about the new UTSA head coach who is an assistant there at Alabama. And, I disrespected Alabama, didn't think that they would even get this far. But the way they played last night against North Carolina, it was impressive. And they look good. And, hey, they got as good a chance as anybody. I just need UConn to fall asleep against Illinois tomorrow, because look, at most, I would say
even asleep at the wheel, I think UConn could still roll them.
90% of the people that have brackets have UConn winning this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if UConn gets knocked out somehow, some way, then the rest of us have a chance.
In our group that we're in with a bunch of people from Channel 5, right now I'm in 4th. Those ahead of me all have UConn winning.
Yeah.
And I've got Houston. you've got Creighton. You're not far behind. And so if UConn loses, all those people, all those dominoes fall, right? And I just don't see it happening after what we saw last night. I don't know what was a bigger surprise, honestly. The way UConn just rolled San Diego State, as good of a defensive team as they are. And I did not expect that game to be a blowout. And what was it, 30 points, 82-52? That was nuts.
My gosh. Yes.
Or the fact that Clemson beat Arizona. And I have completely underestimated, evaluated, disrespect, whatever I didn't think Clemson was all that great.
No.
And for them to do what they have done so far in this tournament, I mean, granted, they are a 6 seed, but honestly, now I'm looking at, hell, Alabama's got a chance. Alabama's got a great chance. Now, they're an early 2.5-point favorite over Clemson, but I think Alabama is a far better basketball team than Clemson, although I didn't have Clemson going very far. I had them out in the second round.
No, I didn't either. I didn't think they would win last night. I really, that was a surprise to me. I had them getting knocked out last night because I'm still irritated that Baylor didn't beat Clemson when they had the opportunity. So I'm not a Clemson fan. So I was hoping they would get beat just so they could go home like everybody else. Apparently, and I don't know what happened on a YouTube channel. I guess some dude in the Speedo walked by the camera.
What?
Rudolph Gonzalez said, he says, what's the over and under? Well, maybe I'll walk out there, Rudolph, and it will be over.
Did that happen?
I don't know.
Or does he think it's going to happen? Because I think I might have noticed that. Right? But it's look, it is Vegas, man. Anything is possible.
I haven't seen any guys with
anything. Anything is better.
Yeah, I haven't seen any Speedos, thank goodness, here at the pool at Circa.
I did see a lady yesterday wearing a thong that probably was, well, I appreciate her confidence. I'll say it that way.
Well, you know what? I think people feel free because you come out here and you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're just with your significant other or friends or whatever, and you don't know anybody else. So you just say the hell with it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, that's it. I mean, you're not worried about being judged. And quite frankly, you walk around this place and that's probably pretty fair, pretty accurate.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
right.
Yeah, ain't nobody caring.
Well, I'm looking forward to today and seeing, what this place looks like. It's the weekend. I mean, typically you get an onslaught of LA types rolling into Vegas for the weekend.
LA types, huh?
Yeah, so
that what they are. You got them LA types.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, the California Cougars are going to be rolling in.
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see, but it's getting a little cooler, I think, and the sun's not out.
Well, there's some clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
Breezy, but all in all, it's good. Again, you can watch on online, and then while it's working, go check out. Today it's shaded where I've got the iPad, so it won't overheat like we were dealing with yesterday. So again, San Antonio Sports Stars YouTube channel, go there, search it, and make sure you subscribe. You look at some of the games tonight: Marquette, North Carolina State, Gonzaga, Purdue, Duke, Houston, Tennessee, Creighton. I am very much looking forward to the later games tonight.
Yeah, well, Tennessee, Creighton, obviously I've got Creighton winning the whole thing, so they need to get by Tennessee tonight. And I think they will. The Blue Jays are
Tennessee's favorite in that one.
3.5-point favorite, but I still like Creighton. And that's I had a good feeling about Illinois yesterday. I've got the same feeling about Creighton today. And so, yeah, I may have to put my money where my mouth is on that one.
May?
No, I will.
I will.
Yeah, I will, for sure.
May?
No, I will. I'd like to find another one that I feel good. I like Marquette, but 7 points scares me. They're playing North Carolina State, so that one scares me. And then Gonzaga, Purdue, I don't trust Purdue, but I mean, I could see them beating the hell out of Gonzaga.
Well,
and then Duke Houston ought to be a hell of a game.
Duke Houston should be a hell of a game. And, the Cougars are favored by 4, but the over-under on that's 134.5.
Wow.
And, that's the tempting. I mean, I'm with you. We've got some decisions that we have to make.
Well, you look at last night's games, though, and most of the scores were low-scoring games, other than the Alabama-North Carolina game. So is that I wonder, is that the trend moving forward? I mean, I see that, and I think I know where you're going with that. You like the over.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, and you look at it, every game last night would have hit that, right? Purdue or UConn and San Diego State, 82 and 52. So you look at it, it's the lowest total on the board tonight. Everything at 154, 144, 151, and then 134.5.
Yeah,
for Houston and Duke. And, you think about what Houston did in that game against A&M. Now, granted, they had a little bit extra time, but, I mean, I'm just looking at that number going, all right. But that's kind of, what we were looking at yesterday with the San Diego State game. So it'll be certainly interesting to watch it as we make our decisions.
We make it sound easy, and we think it's easy. We know sports, but then you put your money where your mouth is.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
For sure. And that's why they have beautiful resorts like Circa Las Vegas, because people like us donate money to the cause.
Well, I mean, look, there are people that are really good at this, and then there's us.
Yeah.
Now, I would anticipate that most of you listening to us right now are probably going to be somewhere where you're watching basketball tonight.
Yeah.
Whether you're at home, whether you're out somewhere, watching on your phone. So while it does hit theaters today, and you can win Fandango codes, we're not telling you got to go to the movies tonight, but you can, because we've got some Fandango codes to give away right now for Godzilla against Kong. Good for any day, any theater and time you get to choose. So you don't have to miss basketball to go to the movies. You can plan yourself a wonderful date night, because we have learned this week that a lot of you really need to take your ladies out a little bit more often. And nothing says date night like Godzilla against Kong. We are your assist man here.
That's it.
That is what we do.
You're welcome.
Yes, popcorn is on you, but we've got your Fandango codes right now. Going to caller number 9 at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 9, you win those Fandango codes to go watch Godzilla, the new Empire, in theaters starting today. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. As we get ready for the draft, all the pro days going on, quarterback talk, and all these quarterbacks that we know are going to be first-round guys. And some are in on guys, some are out. You listen to this, you listen to that. It is hard to pick a good quarterback, a great quarterback, a franchise quarterback. Interesting article that we were reading earlier today about the reasons why. We'll dive into that next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, the Final Fours are set. Men's and women's looking forward to the championship. We will talk all about it. The Valero Texas Open is here. We'll be out there Thursday. We'll get you ready for that as well.
The Spurs played the Knicks and the Warriors over the weekend. Did they get 3 in a row? Do they look promising as the season comes to a close? The Morning Huddle starts at 6. We'll see you there.
San Antonians love a good party, and the Valero Texas Open is one you don't want to miss. Enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. So buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 4th through the 7th.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today.
The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's open to the public, so bring the family into the Tin Cup Bar, the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of San Antonio, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to the Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
This March, Wendy's has some amazing deals on their hamburgers made with fresh, never frozen beef.
Like a juicy Dave's single for $1 and a fresh $2 Dave's double with in-app offer.
It's such a good deal, we wrote a little ditty about it. Get it for $1. Dave's single, order the app. Dave's single, get it for $1. Choose wisely, choose Wendy's, official hamburger March Madness.
Limited time offer. Participating U.S. Wendy's. See offer details and redeem at Wendy's app. Account registration required. Fresh beef available in contiguous U.S. and Alaska.
If you're a pro and flooring is your game, we'll help you win it. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. You want decor?
Try.
You want plumbing?
You're out.
LL Flooring has been helping pros knock it out of the park for over 30 years. Visit one of our 400 nationwide warehouses for one-on-one service, extensive inventory, and exclusive pro pricing. Get the pro treatment you deserve. Enroll today, online or in-store. LL Flooring, every step covered.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at SASportsStar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at SASportsStar.com.
It is the Blitz 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Ryan-Eagle. I'm Jason Minix in Las Vegas, live at Circa Las Vegas on this Good Friday.
That's exactly where we need to be on this Good Friday. I just feel at home in Vegas, and and doing the show here, it just kind of seems right, seems natural. All is right with the world, Minix.
It's such a in our business, one of the bucket list things.
Sure.
And to get the invitation to work out the deal and being able to come out here and do this, it has been a lot of fun. Hopefully the first of many trips here to Circa Las Vegas, the distraction. Now, where we are at Stadium Swim, and if you've never been, go to their website and look at it. The pool is literally 3 stories.
Yes.
We're at the top. We're in the suite level, if you will, in the cabanas, in one of the cabanas, which on our camera, you see the screens and, but you don't see the activity that's going on down below. And it, in some ways, there is so much going on down there. You probably hear the DJ playing music in the background. There is a party going on down there. right? And imagine, I've never done a convention in Las Vegas, but I imagine, while you're sitting in a big-ass convention room listening to some guy speak, and you're thinking about all the fun that people are having over there.
Yeah.
It's kind of that, like during commercial breaks, we can walk down there, we could see it. But I've seen some of you horn dogs that are watching kind of upset that you just see a bunch of guys walking by. Well, that's because it's a bunch of radio stations on this level. There's five stations that are out here. And so where we are, unless you have one of the fancy wristbands because you know us, you can't come up here, right?
That's right.
So I know somebody keeps, I know what scenery you're looking for. It's down there. Well, at some point, we might have to take the camera for a walk.
Yeah, I think we might have to do that coming up here in a little bit as it gets. But yeah, it's hopping down there because during the break I walked over there and just kind of looked down, and a lot of folks down there enjoying the pool, which is heated, by the way.
Well, yeah.
So even though it's a little cool, you get in the water and it feels fantastic.
And they're somehow able to cool the water.
Yeah.
So in the summertime, like when we stayed here last August, it was blazing hot. The water was perfect. And somehow they change the water every 15 minutes, and it's constantly cleaned because, you notice a lot of people don't move.
No, they don't move.
They don't move.
And they're
right?
drinking.
And they're drinking heavily.
Yes.
Right? The only movement is when they reach over to get another beer out of the deal, or the server comes over with a fresh drink. It's amazing how when you're in the pool, you just never have to pee when you're drinking.
Well, and since the pool is heated, somebody standing next to you is not going to know that you're peeing at that particular time.
They're just not doing it. I would just like to live in a world with my thought that everything's good here. But that's, literally some of the cleanest water. Their technology on that.
Yeah.
And you could, it has to be. But you go to some of these pools, and these big pools anywhere, whether it's in Vegas or anywhere, and just the amount of suntan lotion stuff that you see in the water, you don't see that here because of their filtration and cleaning processes and systems. And
you can smell it though when you walk down there. It smells like a suntan factory lotion deal.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, it does. It
they
smells like coconut, and you know that smell of sunscreen. So yeah, that's what it smells like. But they're having a good time. I'm glad they're having a good time while you and I are, up here working our butts off. Working our butts off.
Yes.
While everybody else is down there having a great time.
Well, and then I realized today's a holiday.
It is.
A lot of people aren't at work today.
That's true. Very true. And congratulations if you got the day off today. That's awesome. Happy for y'all. We're working. We're here.
Yep.
And we're working while everybody else is having fun.
Well, that's typical because our job, work. Yeah, keep it rolling. A lot of guys in the NFL front offices are working today, trying to figure out quarterbacks. And the 33rd Team website, which, if you're not familiar with it, a lot of old NFL execs, players, they do podcasts on this. And a very interesting article today about the lack of success of so many high first-round draft pick quarterbacks. And every year, teams that are in search of a quarterback, that's what they're going to take. And if you're picking high, you got to take the best of that group, even if the best in that group wouldn't have been a first-round guy one year might not have been a first-round guy in other years, just depending on who all is coming out. And the crapshoot that it is, or is it, because you're taking a quarterback because you need a quarterback, and this is the ones that are available this year. But it is kind of amazing how many don't work out.
Well, and quite a few, and they cite the 2022 draft class, and how many of those guys have either been traded or cut. The only starter in that entire group of 3, 6, 9, about 11 guys.
Well, this is 2021 and 2022.
Okay, so 11 guys that they there's only one starter right now of all of those guys, and that's Trevor Lawrence. And so and they cite, and I find it interesting, Jason, because it was 2011 when things changed with the CBA, and you get the rookie contracts. And I think that's what teams are looking for. They're desperate for quarterbacks, obviously, but you can draft a guy, and there's not a whole hell of a lot of risk, to be honest with you, other than wasting a first-round draft pick. But that quarterback's on a rookie deal. And so you're hoping that you strike gold the way San Francisco has done. Look the way Houston did with C.J. Stroud. He's really about the only guy that in this last year's class that, Bryce Young, the jury's still out on that guy. But, the Texans struck gold. They got lucky with C.J. Stroud. You just don't know. And all of these quarterbacks coming out this year, I mean, you could sit here and say, hey, Caleb Williams, he's the guy. Well, is he?
Well,
we'll see.
I mean, and that's is Jaden Daniels the guy with that funny thing he's got going on with his elbow? What about May? What about JJ? I mean, that's why you're rolling the dice with these guys and seeing what could happen. It is kind of crazy when you look at all those quarterbacks and Trevor Lawrence, who was expected to be that guy, but they didn't get it done or haven't gotten it done yet on his rookie deal. Cincinnati unable victory with Joe Burrow on his rookie deal. They did get to a Super Bowl, but that's kind of the goal. You kind of go back to Russell Wilson on his rookie deal, got to the Super Bowl twice, has not sniffed a Super Bowl since he's gotten paid because of the amount of money that a quarterback is going to take. And because when you find one, you pay them ridiculous money because they give you the best chance to win. Everybody is always on the hunt for a quarterback. And one of the things that I find interesting in this article, they say, these guys get drafted, but there's no development. Well, why is there no development with these quarterbacks taken in the first round or hell, taken in any round? You're making such an investment. Why are they not developing?
Well, and it's interesting, not every team has that luxury. And if you're drafting a quarterback, especially in the top few picks, you're probably not very good. Well, right? I mean, your team's not very good, so you need a quarterback and a rookie quarterback. And it's such – I can't emphasize it enough, and I think most people listening to the show understand this, but – the NFL, the jump from college to the NFL is just like enormous.
Yep.
It's enormous. And so where a guy can be a great college quarterback, he might not be very good in the NFL. It's just that much difference, and not everybody can get it done. So there's been a lot of busts. We're looking at 21 and 22, but just over the years, those high picks have just not been that good.
And it's easy for a lot of teams to move on from a quarterback that just hasn't worked out for whatever reason, and lack of development. Again, you're going to a bad team, yet the coaching staff turnover, learning different systems, not playing with they're all NFL players, so whether your team is good or not, it's not like you play with a bunch of guys that don't know how. I mean, they're all pros, but I think it's the lack of consistency with the player, because you look at the ones that work, generally they have consistency with the coaching staff, but also with the CBA. You remember Sam Bradford and all the money he got paid?
Yeah.
And then they say, well, we can't do that again and changed rules. That does make it a lot easier for teams to move on when they realize early on, he ain't it. We can get out of this pretty easily and start over.
Well, yeah, and you find people like the Cowboys who will give you a fourth-round pick for one of those busts, and that's what happens. And I'm not picking on the Cowboys. They said I never do that.
Of course you are.
But the Cowboys have a decision to make, because the check's going to come due for Trey Lance with that fifth-year option at $22 million. Right now, they're fine. They can see what they have, but at some point in time, they're going to have to make a call. You either cut this guy or you pay him, and he becomes the guy. So, look, not everybody can have a Jordan Love situation where he can sit behind a future Hall of Famer and learn from him. And that's what Jordan Love has done. And look at the benefit that he's reaping right now. And you wish more quarterbacks would have that opportunity.
Well, the idea of drafting somebody, you look at like Arizona. There's talk, does Arizona trade a Kyler Murray, and are they going to start over? Do they draft somebody and have them sit. And again, the problem with every coach and general manager is they know they're on the clock. And most owners aren't patient. Most owners aren't like, say, the Holt family with Greg Popovich.
Right.
Most owners aren't that way. And coaches know they've got to win. Everybody wants to talk about Mike McCarthy going into the final year of his contract, and we've got some comments from Jerry on that coming up. But it doesn't matter if you've got 3 years left, 1 year left. If you don't win, you could get fired. Now, the difference is how much money do you get paid not to work?
Yeah.
Which is why everybody wants one. But, contract or not, you are year to year in the NFL. That's just how the business works. And every general manager, not named Jerry Jones, also faces that kind of scrutiny, pressure, not only to get it right, but you got to get it right now, because I might draft this guy, but if things don't turn around quickly, I might not be there when that guy finally gets good.
That's a great scenario that you paint there. And that's why, although, I know Cowboy fans are frustrated with Dak Prescott. And rightly so, by the way. But this is the problem. If you've got a guy that's good, the only issue is, and this article points that out, is how overinflated the quarterback market is. And I just wonder if the next CBA, when that comes down, if there's not something. I mean, if you keep paying these quarterbacks and you say Dak is next and he gets his contract, and then the next quarterback, Brock Purdy's about to get paid a lot of money after this season. I mean, where does it all end? And that's the thing. So I could see a scenario in the next CBA where they try and put some sort of a regulation, a ceiling, something on the quarterback salary.
That's never going to happen, because it's always a percentage of the revenues that are coming in that sets the salary cap. I've advocated for something like this for years, where quarterback contracts count differently against the salary cap, because they make so much more money than everybody else that it should be a percentage of the cap, or some sort of, weird math to where it's not as penalizing for teams, because these owners, they know, prices don't come down, right? They just don't. Being a pro athlete is, obviously the greatest job in the world, because, it doesn't matter. You're always going to get more on the next contract. And if I'm an NFL player, I'm looking at every other league has guaranteed contracts. And I look at like baseball player contracts and what those are. And you look at what some of the NBA contracts are. And then you look at the NFL. Now, granted, number of games and all that stuff is always what they talk about. But in reality, you look at football players and the roster sizes, that's a big part of it. But I think we're going to start seeing more guaranteed money, guaranteed contracts in the NFL. And they have to change the way they apply the quarterback salary to the salary cap. They got to charge it differently.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about guaranteed contracts, though, Jason, then don't the contract sizes have to come down? I mean, how can you guarantee?
Well, that would have to be one of the concessions.
It would have to be, right?
Well, and again, contract sizes would come down, but real money would go up. Because right now you see all these contracts where anybody not named Kirk Cousins, he signed a $118 million deal, 41 guaranteed. All right, so that's $41 million.
Right. Sure.
But 118 has to somehow factor in the cap. That's why you got to have 7 math degrees to figure that stuff out. If they make it more blanket, NBA guy, $50 million a year. You know what he gets? $50 million a year.
I just guaranteed contracts in the NFL, and I think that's what's always been beautiful about the NFL. It's not guaranteed. I mean, you got to play, or you can get cut, and I love that about that. But you're seeing it. Obviously, Deshaun Watson kind of started that ball rolling, and most contracts, are pretty much guaranteed. Or you're going to get signing bonuses. Dak Prescott just got a $5 million check to kind of ease the pain of that. But yeah, if there's a way to figure that out where Because you got to do something. I mean, my goodness, if Prescott gets a $300 million deal extension coming up here, then what's next? I mean, 350. Then you're talking about 400. I know Patrick Mahomes got his $450 million deal, but there's ways to work it where it doesn't hurt the Chiefs as much somehow, some way. They got to figure this out because quarterbacks are just going to be taking up the entire salary cap within 5 years if they don't.
It feels that way.
Yeah.
It really does. That's why I don't know how you do it. 51% of the salary counts against the cap, not 100. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And again, there's math geniuses that can be a lot more creative than me, or just the way they do, converting this to that to this, and it counts different. They could simplify this thing a lot easier, couldn't they?
Well, you would think so. I mean, I would hope so. There's got to be a fix for it. And the geniuses that work for these franchises are trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You got to, but then you got to play ball and with the union, and it goes back and forth.
Well, and again, that's why I think the union, coming down, putting a ceiling on. The union gets mad when guys take team-friendly deals,
sure,
right? They always want the next guy to get the most. And, if it's guaranteed money, but it comes down a little bit, then that's a possibility because it's all about the real dollars that end up in somebody's bank account that really matters. Agents love putting out, I just signed so-and-so to a $98 million deal, 31 guaranteed.
Right.
Good job. It looks good to say 98 versus 31. But in reality, it's there. On our YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, dude says, why aren't you guys in the pool doing your show with margaritas?
That'd be nice. I'd go for that.
Well, I mean, the drink part probably, but that would get us in trouble. And you realize everything here is electronic, and water's bad for that.
Well, obviously, whoever said that, and I haven't seen the comment. I think it was 1991 Freedom Ride. I think. Obviously he's looking for a Joe Reinagel Speedo shot.
You think that's what it is?
It must be. Has to be.
No.
It's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, again, it's not like we would have underwater cam, I mean, do you really?
I'd get out just, to help them out.
Well, I mean, you could literally, walk in front of the camera we have set up now if you really wanted to show off your Speedo.
I don't have my Speedo on. Dude,
Are you going commando?
Maybe. I hope that camera has a telephoto lens.
What is opposite of bragger?
Oh, man.
Seriously.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm all for the pool and the margaritas, but yeah, Jason's right. Unfortunately, we have to plug these things in. And I'm not talking Speedo, baby.
He's Toe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. The Blitz rolls on from Circa Las Vegas here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hard work and dreams lead to success, but easily filing your taxes with TurboTax and Credit Karma doesn't hurt either. Make filing taxes a walk in the park because we'll pre-fill your info for you so you can file quickly and confidently. Winner! Get the peace of mind that comes with expert help. Let's go! Being powered by TurboTax means you're backed by the leading tax preparer, and we'll show you all your filing options up front so there are no surprises. File your taxes on Intuit Credit Karma today. Expert help not available with all products. Guarantee details available at turbotax.com/guarantees.
San Antonio, get ready for CarFest, April 5th through the 7th at the Freeman Expo Hall. Enjoy a car show, driver workshops, entertainment, plus the chance to win a free car. And the best part, admission is free. Learn more at carfestsa.org.
Public health is more than just healthcare. While a doctor treats individuals, public health looks at the health of a community. At Metro Health, we research the risk of illness and take action to stop the spread of infectious diseases. We introduce prevention and early detection activities that help individuals enjoy healthier lives. We protect against environmental health hazards. Metro Health collaborates with community partners to improve health outcomes because we are all public health. Celebrate National Public Health Week with us. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Puro San Antonio football is back at the Alamo Dome. Join the herd and watch your Brahmas in the best seats at the best prices. Single season and group tickets are available now. Don't miss any Brahmas action this season, led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips. The Brahmas kick off the season March 31st against the DC Defenders in the Alamo Dome. Let's pack the Dome. Experience the excitement. Head to theufl.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. That's theufl.com. Vamos Brahmas!
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right?
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Could it happen? Will it happen? The San Antonio Spurs go for their first 3-game win streak of the season. The New York Knicks come to San Antonio tonight. Frostbank Center will be a 7 o'clock tip-off, and Keldon Johnson listed as questionable. The reigning World Series champion Texas Rangers took extra innings, but they got the season off on the right foot. They continue their series with the Chicago Cubs today. First pitch set for 6:05.
Joe Reinagel.
For the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minutes.
Jason just got some horrible news. TMZ is reporting that Lou Gossett Jr. has died.
Yeah, that happened this morning.
It did?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you say something? I love that dude, An Officer and a Gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that movie?
I did.
Great movie.
He's a lot of great movies.
He was fantastic in that one. I'm sad. I didn't know that. You could have prepared me. Yeah, you tell me a couple hours earlier, I get over the sadness. Now we're on the air and I'm sad, and I gotta deal with that bad news.
You spent half the morning on Twitter. Was the TV in your room not on?
Well, it was, but Maggie was watching Shark Tank.
What?
Well, it's Shark Tank. I guess there were a bunch of reruns of Shark Tank.
Wow.
So That's what was on as I was getting ready. And I didn't see that. It looks like that thing just happened.
Well, they just tweeted it again, but I saw Greeny say that this morning on Get Up. And one of the things that I've discovered out here, and again, big discovery stuff. So I feel like every other time that I'm on the West Coast, I always miss the early shows because I don't get up early enough
exactly
while they're on. And looking at the guide, I saw that Greeny gets replayed on ESPN2.
Really?
So you can watch that there. And he mentioned it.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I guess I should pay more attention.
I mean, did you do any prep today?
Yeah,
I mean,
we got in here for about an hour, I guess.
Our lively breakfast discussion that never came up, but
no, it didn't. I can't believe it. So does nobody? Yeah, if you knew this though, you could have brought it up. Oh man,
why would I want to bring the room down?
Lou Gossett died.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm not crying on the air, and I could have, been sad and gotten over it by now.
I've gotten over it.
The dude lived a great life. He was 87 years old.
87. I think that's defined as that was a good run.
That's a good run.
That's a hell of a run.
So that makes it a little less sad. But we see that for the first time. It kind of like boom.
Oh, it's kicking the Speedo.
Yeah. And in a Speedo, the one thing about that, you can find what you're looking for. The target is right there.
Regardless of the size.
Exactly. It's still there. That banana hammock, baby. Still right there. Dude, I sit here and joke about that, but you could not pay me enough money to put on a freaking Speedo.
Yeah, I'm not. No.
Although that image is going to be in your head now.
Not really.
Ryan Eagle walking around with a Speedo and a margarita.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well just be in your tighty whities in the margarita at that point.
Okay.
With their white belt on, your Speedo.
That's a damn good idea, right?
Oh, it's okay.
It's Vegas. Why the hell not?
Why
right?
not? Why not?
You could get away with that.
Well, you wouldn't even draw attention in Vegas. Somebody walking around like that, it's just Vegas.
I'd
like to see that gobbler.
Yeah. Somebody would notice that. Somebody would say, "What the hell's wrong with that guy? He's drunk."
He's straight. Well, I'd have to be.
There's somebody that will never get laid.
I'm thinking about a white Speedo with the white belt. Or
I think you would have to
a blue Speedo with like a Texas flag covering the.
Well. I don't know if you could get a Texas flag on a Speedo.
Well, the flag would wave.
Oh, you mean attaching a Texas flag? Clearly one of those small ones that you can put in a sandwich, right? Like when you go to a deli and they put a little flag on a toothpick there. That kind of flag would help you out there.
Well, I was just thinking like right across the front.
What?
Yeah, it's a Speedo with a logo, flag logo right there on the front.
So like a mud flap?
Not a mud flap,
or
just
like
your
so
Astros
not really a flag. You mean like the print? Like I've got a Texas flag swimsuit, goes all the way down to my knees, right? It looks like the Texas flag, but it's on swimwear. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly right.
You're not talking about an accessory of a flag that would, be like a curtain.
Not a curtain, no. Actually, on the. So you would buy it already.
You just want a Texas flag
or something
themed Speedo,
dude. There is a swimsuit that I saw, and I got it.
Here we go.
And it was one of those things that ads, and it was a regular swimsuit. But it had a picture of a rooster on there.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, there's also one with an elephant.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's that? Stop looking at my trunk? Because the other one says stop looking at my...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another name for a rooster.
No. The elephant is just it's the face of an elephant as the underwear, and
Oh, okay.
Yes, there's no words on it.
Well, is there like a pocket or something where that where that could actually be the trunk? Just,
it depends on how well you can fill it out, sir.
Yes, it
depends on how excited or cold it is. Would depend on how.
Is it an elephant or a turtle?
How accurate. Well, that elephant's got big ears, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz.
Oh, good.
Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
So while pro days are going on and, all the NFL types flying all over the country to watch guys in a very rehearsed workout throw the football, Jaden Daniels in that weird elbow, which I still need to figure out what's going on with that elbow. We know that the entire Washington staff was down there. Cliff Kingsbury, they were there, and then they were going to watch the next guy. They're doing all of that because they don't have the first pick, so they gotta scout everybody. Although, according to Brian Kelly, Jaden Daniels is going to be a Washington Commander.
He is going to be so committed to taking care of himself that you don't have to worry about size or he doesn't weigh enough. Lamar's done a pretty good. I think Mahomes, I wouldn't consider him a giant because he's going to get the ball out to the playmakers and make plays for Washington.
What? Who? What?
Yes.
How about that? And it doesn't surprise. A lot of mock drafts have him going second to the Commanders. So I'm sure they've already talked to Chip about that. Dan Quinn's probably had that conversation.
Well, you know what? I'm curious if there is any kind of relationship that Jaden Daniels might have with Cliff Kingsbury, who for a good portion of Jaden's time at Arizona State, Cliff was the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. And, I remember when I first moved Erica out to Arizona State, my daughter, and Herm Edwards was the coach. And, I met Jaden as a freshman. He was in there and, skinny and, but with Kyler Murray right there, I don't know what kind of interactions they all have with quarterbacks, but I wonder if there are some similarities between the two, but I wonder how much Cliff got to know Jaden Daniels when he was at Arizona State, or at least watched him. But I know, with Herm Edwards having that relationship, and, you all those, especially in, you look at like Pittsburgh, even though they just got rid of Kenny Pickett, they watch that guy practice all the time because they shared that facility. I'm just wondering if there is some background between those two. I haven't heard of any yet, but if I were to talk to Cliff, that would be something that I would ask him. Just, did you get to know him at all while you were in Arizona?
Well, I mean, and obviously Cliff's going to be a big voice in that room when it comes to drafting a quarterback, if that's what the Commanders are going to do, and by every intention, it is what they're going to do. Look, Jaden Daniels, a lot of folks out there talking him up big time, that maybe he's even better than Caleb Williams. So, I mean, again, time will tell. But, again, rookie quarterbacks drafted high, making that jump to the NFL, the odds of any of those guys becoming the next is tough.
It is tough. But I look at Cliff, and who the quarterback is going to be is a big factor of where he is at right now with his employment. Keeping in mind, Cliff was going to be the Raiders OC, and then, quickly shifted and it became Washington's OC. And I wonder how much that played a factor in it, if you start connecting some dots, because that was weird. Remember, he had the job, and then, we couldn't work something out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's with Washington, so we'll see. You talk about getting new jobs. Jason Kelce is going to have his pick. Stories the other day that ESPN was all over him for Monday Night Countdown. He could replace RG3 there. We know Amazon has talked to him. Every network would love to have a Jason Kelce. Dan Patrick, longtime ESPN guy, obviously not anymore. Dan Patrick has said on the air he would not encourage Jason Kelsey to go work for the worldwide leader.
If he asked me, hey, you worked there for 18 years, I would say you have to be ready for what they're going to ask you to do. You don't just come in and do Monday Night Countdown. There's so much more they're going to ask you to do. And it's called the car wash for a reason. You go in, you're going to be on this show and this show and this show and this show. You're at their demand. I mean, Troy Aikman has to do things with the mothership where he didn't have to do that when he was with Fox. That's what happens. And, Charles Barkley asked me about it. And I said that ESPN is not the place for you because I want to hear Charles one time. I don't want it to be watered down that you're hearing it 3 or 4 times over the course of a day. If you go there, you have to be geared up to, I really like being on TV. I really like being on radio. I really like doing somebody's podcast. And if Jason Kelsey is interested in that, then that can be the place for him. I wouldn't advise him to go there because I think he's a unique voice right now. And I would want to have one place where you would hear him and you would tune into that instead of you've already heard him on, the morning radio show or afternoons or Stephen A's podcast. Like I need you a standalone. People are going to tune in to see you and hear you.
Yeah, that's interesting and something you don't think about because you do see it. And you look back, I mean, all the stars at ESPN are on a variety of shows. So, and again, I love the way Dan Patrick puts that. If you're okay with that, then the place for you to think about something else.
The only thing that I disagree with Dan on that, and he's not wrong on any of that, but I'm hearing it 3 or 4 times and it's watered down. Now, first off, ESPN pays extremely well, and they're going to get their money's worth out of you. So, but we all know not everybody watches every show. Not everybody watches 18 hours a day, and they're like, it's like this show. I mean, we know that, a very small number of people are listening all 4 hours of this show. The average commute is about 40, 45 minutes. And so with those shows, depending on what time you get up or, you like this guy, you don't like that guy, but it is a machine. Like John Anderson, longtime Sports Center anchor, 25 years, announces his retirement. And he's just, it's just so demanding with all the different things that you have to do. And so I think, Dan, the better way to say that is how hard do you want to work, Jason Kelsey?
Right.
That would be there, and a guy that doesn't seem to work a lot is Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons got ripped
My favorite
by Shaq. He did.
Ben Simmons, I would want to learn how you can make $80 million and play 55 games. Teach me how you can play 55 games in 3 seasons and we get 30 million, 40 million, and get another 40 million just by saying your back hurt. Get some icy hot, man up.
Look, I agree with that. I've been talking about that for a long time. Ben Simmons has been doing nothing but stealing money from the NBA his entire career. Everybody says, "Oh, Ben Simmons is great. He's this, he's that," and the dude is hurt all the time. How in the world could you, as a franchise, even consider having this guy on your team when you're going to get maybe a third of the season out of him?
It's insane.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane. Yet somebody's going to pay him.
I guess so.
Somebody's going to pay him. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star live in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas. Technically outside at Stadium Swim right now, which is a part of Circa Las Vegas. Easter weekend, it's going to be one of those big grilling weekends. Make sure if you're doing something cooking outside, you take photos of it and upload it to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com for your chance to win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. And this weekend is one of the majors. That great meal starts with great meat, which means you need to get into Tri-County Meat Market. 2 great locations, locally owned, full service. They have everything you need. You want to do some nice steaks on Easter Sunday, a bone-in ribeye, and maybe a nice tomahawk, a sirloin. They've got got them there for you. If you're thinking beef ribs, pork ribs, baby back, St. Louis style, they'll get you taken care of. Maybe you want to do a big brisket. You got a lot of people coming over. You could do that. A picanha. They've got everything you need to up your grilling game with the quality you expect. You can always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and they always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. 2 great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner, online at tricountymeat.com.
Nothing beats March Madness. The pure sound of a swish, the rattle of a slam dunk, the fans on their feet for the big moments. And the action just keeps getting better until a national champion is crowned. Hear all the action with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's and women's tournaments right here
on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and San Antonio's ESPN 1250.
At Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all, the collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the all-new Ping G730 and I530 irons. The G730 irons are Ping's longest and most forgiving irons, while the I530s fit golfers who want more distance in a player's design and are engineered for higher launch and more. Visit us in-store at Edwin Watts Golf Shops or online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Hey, poker players, the Big Blind is open with a true Vegas feel. The Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. Whether you are seeking high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road, just down from the Rue Pub, offers daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Getting your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt can lead to some spirited reactions.
Jackson Hewitt!
Jackson Hewitt is so sure they'll get you your biggest refund that if they don't, you get your money back plus $100.
Jackson Hewitt!
Switch to Jackson Hewitt and we'll beat what you paid last year, even if you filed online. Ain't nothing to it. Switch to Jackson Hewitt and pay less for tax prep, guaranteed. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
That doesn't sound good.
Paper shredder's jammed, but I think I fixed it.
Oh, well, try shredding these $50 bills then.
Seems like it's working.
Better try another $400.
Stop. Instead of using money, use regular paper. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix, live in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas on this Good Friday.
Yes. Great place to be. This place is a little more hopping today than it was yesterday.
Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Friday, holiday weekend.
All the LA types are showing up.
I think people are flying in from all over.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, good for them. And they're all down there partying, and you hear the music. You got that bass beat.
You're an idiot.
That has been kind of cool. They got a DJ in there the whole time.
We should have a DJ doing our show, right?
Well, right?
Yeah.
Well, technically, I guess we are DJs.
No, technically we're not.
Well, we used to be.
We're talk show hosts.
No, we used to be DJs.
Well, did you actually ever DJ?
I did for a very short time.
Okay.
Overnight at Kiss Radio.
Yeah. Nice.
Very short time.
I DJ'd at KZEP and KJ. And a little bit on the old KTFM.
Oh, yeah?
When KTFM was on 102.7. Remember those days?
That's right. Yes, I do.
103, but it was KTFM 102.7, which is now the home of Jack FM.
Yes.
And KTFM is now a 94.1 San Antonio Sports
Yes,
Star.
it is.
All coming full circle.
Yeah, it's funny because, I was on the morning show on KTFM back in the day.
With Drex?
With Drex.
Mm-hmm.
Roberta Varela, Miss Ree. Yeah, we had a good
You
time.
did work with Cindy Cassiano and Mark Allen, right?
I worked with Mark Allen. Yeah, for a brief stint.
Yeah. I remember Joe Nasty.
Joe Nasty.
Never
worked with him, but I know who he is.
Joe was great and gave me some great career advice.
What's that?
Well, because I was working at KTSA with this guy named Scoot in the morning.
Yeah.
And Scoot got a job in New Orleans, where he's from. I think at B105 or whatever. And he wanted me to go with him. We flew down there, pick you up in a limo. They take you bourbon. They're drinking a lot. And it's like, well, I was like, I guess I might move to New Orleans. And Joe Nasty at the time, he said, dude, don't take that job. I was like, why? He said, I've been in radio 30 years. I've moved 29 times. He said, do you really want to do that? And you look at Scoot, he moves around a lot. And Scoot was about 2 years in New Orleans, and then he went to Philadelphia, then he went to Portland, then he went to Denver, and then he was in Seattle, and then, and he's actually back in New Orleans now, but he's moved about 15 times.
Yeah, see, that's rough, and that makes it tough.
Well, that's what Joe told me. You just got out of the Navy, you're in college, not that I stayed in college, but, do you really want to move all the time? That's the radio life, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Definitely good advice. A little breaking news in the NFL: a trade involving the Philadelphia Eagles. It's even sound effect worthy.
Nice.
With the breaking news. So Hassan Reddick, who there were some links maybe to Dallas, although you're not trading within the division. He has been traded by the Philadelphia Eagles. He is going to the New York Jets, a team that does seem to be all in to win a Super Bowl with old man Aaron Rodgers. It's a 2026 conditional third-round pick that could become a second-rounder. So it's not even a pick for this year's draft or next year's draft. It's in 2026.
Wow.
So like all of a sudden, the Oklahoma City Thunder are running the trade departments in the NFL.
Well, that's interesting. Obviously, the Eagles just wanted to get rid of the guy for whatever reason. So, I mean, to do that, Interesting, though, that, things are happening in the NFL, even though the Cowboys are not a part of it. Things do happen in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It really is. Well, the Cowboys are going to get busy. They are going to get busy. Maybe.
You don't say that with a lot of confidence.
Well, I mean, I didn't expect them to be overly active, but I didn't expect this much inactivity, to be honest. I knew the first couple of days the Cowboys weren't going to do a damn thing. But I did figure by now they would have done something.
Yeah, you would think. Well, they got Kendricks, so I guess they're happy with that, which was a good move, and I give them credit for that, but they haven't done anything else. But, hey, I love teams like the Jets that are going all in. I think Washington has made some good moves. I think they are going to be a better football team than they were last year. And there have been some teams to take some chances. And why not? Especially some of these teams that haven't been good for a while. Why not go and spend some money and do what you want to do?
You know, when you think about Jerry and the way he has run this offseason, which there's still a lot of questions, and hopefully, whether you're a Cowboy fan or not, just the curiosity, but hopefully when the offseason is over, this will make sense. You know what I mean?
You hope so.
You know, when we see what that roster is that shows up for training camp, when we see that opening day roster, maybe a lot of this will make sense. And maybe it won't make sense totally until, I don't know, October, when you go, okay, that guy did step up and play well. Or, yeah, that didn't work out the way you were thinking, but at least you have an idea that these guys were the plan, that they were going to step up. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully.
That's all you can hope for, right? You got to have hope.
I mean, like right now, you're looking at this going, what are you doing? So maybe in the long run, this will all seem to make sense. Jerry, in talking this week at the NFL owners meetings with USA Today, talked about why he hasn't extended Mike McCarthy yet. The answer is interesting. We'll dive into that next here at Stadium Swim at Circa Las Vegas on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, the Final Fours are set. Men's and women's looking forward to the championship. We will talk all about it. The Valero Texas Open is here. We'll be out there Thursday. We'll get you ready for that as well.
The Spurs played the Knicks and the Warriors over the weekend. Did they get 3 in a row? Do they look promising as the season comes to a close? The Morning Huddle starts at 6. We'll see you there.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time. and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Korn, live in concert in San Antonio. Frost Bank Center, October 21st, with special guests Gojira and Spirit Box. Korn. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit cornofficial.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 210-615-7777 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
At LL Flooring, we've been a trusted partner to pros for over 30 years. With over 400 nationwide warehouses full of in-stock, job-ready inventory, you'll get what you need. And our exclusive pro pricing means that pros never pay retail. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. So we're going to do it right. Sign up for a free pro account today to start getting pro benefits. LL Flooring, every step covered.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
That doesn't sound good.
Paper shredder's jammed, but I think I fixed it.
Oh, well, try shredding these $50 bills then.
Seems like it's working.
Better try another $400.
Stop. Instead of using money, use regular paper. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Febreze. Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleans are nice, but in between, you know I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Ryan Engel. I'm Jason Minix. We are live at Circa Las Vegas. And if you are watching on our YouTube feed, you see the paparazzi around our cabana.
I know.
That is actually the birthday boy, Chip Ingram, who owns the Rue Pub and the Big Blind, Angry Elephant, the Deuce, the Shindig, and now Broadway 50/50. So, I mean, there's so much going on. But, yeah, it was fun last night. He flew in because, well, it's his birthday, and he loves Circa. He's actually the guy that told me to stay here. He said, I love it down there.
Well, and obviously the bar business must not be doing well because he's moonlighting as a photographer.
Yeah. I mean, it's, there are some things, I think the bar business is doing well. Well-run bars allow you to come spend your birthday in Las Vegas.
Yeah, he's doing just fine, man, because all of his places are awesome.
That they are.
They are.
See, and look, I'm looking at the Stadium Swim TVs. I mean, this is Rue Pub on steroids.
No, it is. Yes, that is a fact. It is the Rue Pub on steroids. I keep checking those numbers on the NCAA, and they're not moving. They're not moving.
No,
I kind of want them to, though.
You just keep looking at that Creighton line. Tennessee's favored by 3.5.
Well, I don't think it matters. I think Creighton's going to win the game anyway. I might even just bet the money line on that. Plus 155.
Marquette 7 over NC State.
See, that scares me. That's a lot of points.
Uh-huh. Going to be interesting as we get ready for the next round of Sweet 16. Of course, you had the games last night, couple of surprises, couple of upsets. So the tournament rolls on, as do we. And, the world continues to spin for Jerry Jones, who's living in his own world. He made some interesting comments to USA Today down at the owners' meeting, an article that got published today about why they have not extended Mike McCarthy. And we all know that there are no salary caps when it comes to coaches. And Jerry, obviously, and the Cowboys aren't hurting for money, right? But he has not extended Mike McCarthy because the dead money pool in the NFL for fired coaches is ridiculous, and they're trying to change that. So apparently when these billionaire owners get together and they bitch about things, paying coaches to not work must be really high up on that list.
Well, that's interesting that that's the case. So Jerry, in cahoots with his other billionaire owners, are saying, look, we need to stop doing this, make coaches play out their contracts. Going to be interesting. So I guess if it was explained to Mike McCarthy that way and saying, hey, look, you just got to play this out, we can still talk, new contracts, extensions, or whatever as we move forward. Maybe that makes McCarthy feel a little bit better, and maybe he isn't the lame duck that we think he is.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because Jerry's right about this. He says most people in America, they get up and they don't have a guarantee.
Right. That's true.
You might be doing everything at your job and you walk in and you know what, we're having budget cuts. You're gone.
Yeah.
And, maybe you get a little bit of a severance, maybe depending on the situation. Most people don't have guarantees down the road. All right. That is true. Coaches do. Now, he did this with Jason Garrett. Mike McCarthy has dealt with this before in Green Bay, where you coached in the final year of your contract. And in reality, you have a bad year, you can get fired, contract or not, but it's do you get paid not to work? And Mike McCarthy seems to not be bothered by not having that extension.
Well, I mean, he's doing well. He's doing okay. And I think, look, if you're just like anybody, if you're McCarthy or Dak Prescott or anybody else, hey, sometimes you like the challenge. All right, working for a new contract or a promotion or whatever the case, depending on what your business is. So to me, that makes sense as to why Jerry didn't do it. And nobody wants to pay somebody not to work. Sure. How many NBA coaches are walking around getting money and from 2 or 3 different teams?
Are you kidding? College coaches, man. Hello, Jimbo. But when you look at, he did say he's comfortable like this. No, quote, there's nothing that keeps me from extending him next week or during training camp. All right, that's true. But he says you've got a significant problem in the NFL with dead money for coaches, and it's because you've got extended contracts to where if you let somebody go, you've got to pay off their contract. It's gotten to be so much of an issue that you can decide if you want to this year and reshuffle the cards next year with them. There's nothing that says I won't be extending those coaches next year. They're all good coaches. It's just the way I want to do it. All right. So you read that and you go, all right, I get where he's coming from, because it's not like the Cowboys are paying a lot of money to coaches that aren't there. But if it's an issue in the NFL, how do you address that with all these guaranteed contracts? Now, clearly Mike McCarthy is okay with it. And I say clearly because his agent or Mike should be saying, hey, this is creating a distraction. I hate answering these questions. You could come up with a contract with a very low buyout just to take this conversation off the table. If you're Mike McCarthy and you're truly, it's 1 year left. All right, I got a 2-year extension, a 1-year extension. We don't know the terms. We don't know what the buyouts are. Those contracts aren't public.
No, they're not. And look, McCarthy's been through this before. I still think that, and I understand where Jerry's coming from, and that clears things up a little bit. It certainly does. But I still think Mike McCarthy I don't know what the long-term plans are. So if Mike McCarthy is on a one-year deal and Jerry doesn't know if we're going to extend him or not, and depending on what happens, I mean, there's nothing to prohibit Jerry from firing this guy after 5 games. The Cowboys start 2-3.
Yep.
Or waiting until after the season. Cowboys make the playoffs, don't make the playoffs, whatever. Then you let him go and you have no money left. But I still think he's a lame duck head coach at this point in time, working for another contract, and I just don't think that helps his cause.
Well, and it's tough because that lame duck coach, same with Dak. If he doesn't have a contract and it looks like he's going to become a free agent, and not that Dak would do this, but are you going to risk injury? Do you pull I'm not going to play in the bowl game kind of thing? I don't see that from Dak, but you could see where the possibilities are. The distraction, if they get off to a bad start. Mike McCarthy has done nothing to deserve to get fired, except for playoff failures.
Right.
But when you look at everything else, you look at the 36 wins over the last 3 years. You look at the improvement you saw from Dak Prescott in year 1. Everything minus the thing that matters most, which is winning in the postseason. Mike McCarthy has excelled at as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Is that worthy of an extension? He certainly hasn't done anything to warrant getting fired, but has he done what he's needed to do to get an extension?
Well, I mean, it's 2 different components, right? Regular season, yeah, he has. He's deserved to get an extension. But then there is that other component of playoff success. And look, you're the head coach of the Cowboys. Did you not have that team prepared? And I'm not going to blame McCarthy because you know my feeling on this. You're a professional football player. You shouldn't need a head coach to motivate you to get ready to play, especially in a game like that. But that team clearly was not ready to play against the Green Bay Packers in that first playoff game. Some of that fault has to fall on Mike McCarthy. So just looking at that, and if Jerry is as upset with his football team as everybody seems to think that he is, yeah, if Jerry had fired Mike McCarthy after that game, I don't think I would have batted an eye. And I said, yeah, he deserves it for the way that football team looked against the Green Bay Packers.
And again, that might be the tug of war that Jerry is dealing with. He didn't make a knee-jerk decision because that was awful. That was as bad as it gets for the Dallas Cowboys and the way they went out.
Yes.
You go back to, I'm thinking of a more crushing playoff loss, especially when it looked like you had that path. Dez caught it, so I won't go with that one. The Tony Romo going to Mexico with Bobby Carpenter and Jason Witten game, it might be like that. It might be at that level of frustration when you look at everything that went wrong. Although Romo, again, takes all the blame, yet the defense in that game gave up that long touchdown to the Giants right before halftime, and Patrick Creighton missed 2.
Yeah.
But you're the quarterback, you're going to get the blame. But when you look at his work, the improvement you saw this year from Dak Prescott in 1 year with Mike McCarthy calling the plays, how much more improvement are you going to see next year? But the overall, and what is Mike Zimmer's defense going to be like? Because, again, we all loved Dan Quinn until we didn't. And that defense started to look like it was heading south when Leighton Vander Esch got hurt. The issues that we all knew were there, those warts certainly exposed when Green Bay rolled around. And I think that just kind of underscored the tomato can reference we got from Brian Baldinger. They did have some good quality wins, but for the most part, those 12 wins, you just really wonder how good was that Dallas Cowboys team, because what we saw in the playoff game against Green Bay was embarrassing. Now, it's either they were really good, but they couldn't handle the pressure that comes with, can we finally get this done? Because the mental strength, everybody on that team, everybody at home, a game they should win, and they all wet the bed.
Well, and I think it's a combination of both. But you look at the Cowboys season last year, and Baldinger was right. They beat up on teams that they were supposed to, teams that weren't that good. And when they got in front of a team that was good, they couldn't handle it. I mean, the one win was against the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Against a good team. Everything else was against losing teams. And so maybe they weren't as good. Maybe they weren't as good. Maybe they just weren't ready for the moment. All of the above. But a lot of that goes on the head coach, right or wrong. I think players need to take more responsibility for getting themselves ready to go. It's like, when we go on this radio program, there's not a coach there giving us a pep talk to, have a great show, guys, and do this and do that. I mean, most people go to work every day and don't have a pep talk to get them fired up and ready to play. In the NFL, you shouldn't need a head coach to get you fired up and ready to play. So not all of that goes on Mike McCarthy, but some of it clearly does. So if Jerry would have fired him, I wouldn't have said it's wrong. I'd have said, okay, I get it. I understand why he did it. And I think he should have been fired or given an extension. But to put a coach in this spot, I think puts him in a bad position.
It does, but at the same time, you've got a year left on the contract, right? And I'm with you. I hate the idea of a lame duck coach. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if he got fired, all of us would be, yeah, man, after that, I don't blame Jerry. But at the same time, well, look at what he's doing. If he would have got an extension, because Mike McCarthy is in that. Like, if you're Jerry, how do you make a decision on Mike McCarthy right now? Because either decision, I think universally, everybody went, all right, I get it. So let's not do anything. He's got another year. Jerry has done this before. Mike McCarthy has been in this position before. Jerry could pay him not to work. He just doesn't want to. But again, has he done enough to earn the extension? But he hasn't done enough to get fired, or he doesn't deserve to be fired, right? Let's not do anything. And again, Jerry, it might roll in and sign one. If you're Mike McCarthy, do you think this is going to be a distraction? And you think of the distraction, because the part that I worry about for Mike McCarthy and it being a distraction, if things aren't going well, do players turn on Mike McCarthy? They never did on Jason Garrett. You could say a lot of things about Jason Garrett, but behind the scenes, he's a different guy than the robot you saw on the podium.
Right.
And, Joe, you would see Jason Garrett at training camp and at practices and have talked to him off camera. He's a different guy than what you see on the podium and what most people's impression of Jason Garrett is. He never lost that locker room. When you've got a coach in a lame duck situation like Mike McCarthy is going into, he could easily lose that locker room.
Not only that, Jason, and that is absolutely true, but the Cowboys, just by the scenario, first 5 games, start out 2-3. The pressure on Jerry Jones to make a change, the pressure on Mike McCarthy then is going to be enormous. Every game the Cowboys go in, and maybe this is not necessarily a bad thing, every game the Cowboys play, the heat on Mike McCarthy is going to increase, unless they start out the season 5-0, and then things lay off. But any kind of bumps in the road, Mike McCarthy's going to feel the heat. He has to, not only from the fans, from the media, and in your scenario, perhaps even the players. Well, so it's going to be tough, and that's the problem with being a lame duck coach. Everything you do is going to be magnified.
Do you take a contract extension with little to no buyout? Right?
Wow.
I mean, if you're Mike McCarthy, let's end this discussion now. Jerry, sign me to a 2-year deal. If you fire me, you don't owe me a dime, or you owe me, 30% of it, or 20 or whatever. Because if Jerry is, the point of the conversation of this article was, part of it is the dead cap, or not dead cap, the dead money on coaches' contracts is apparently a big issue in the National Football League. And I would imagine that's not only just for head coaches, but every coordinator and every position coach, every coach that has a contract.
Sure.
If they get fired, there's some sort of buyout. They get paid not to work. Apparently, that's a bigger issue than most of us are aware of.
And you feel sorry for these billionaire owners that, oh, well, I got to pay that coach. Woe is me. Let's do something about it so we can make more money. I mean, it doesn't count against the salary cap. It makes no difference to anything. So I have a hard time feeling sorry for these billionaires.
Well, I'm not feeling sorry for them. That's not the right word, and that's not what I'm saying. But I can understand where they're coming from because, yeah, they can afford it. They might not miss it. But, again, you said you were watching Shark Tank this morning. Those rich people, they like their money to grow and create friends and come back with even more friends. They don't like it to leave. You watch Shark Tank, and I love watching Shark Tank, right? The idea of these guys could go, the way they negotiate, it's nothing to them. It's nothing to Mr. Wonderful. It's nothing to Mark Cuban. Yet when businesses aren't working, this business lost $80,000. Mark Cuban, would you even notice that? Oh, yeah. I mean, they know. So that's the business sense. You don't want to leave to pay some guy off not to work.
Well, I want to see how it works with the rest of the teams in the NFL. Now, if Jerry Jones and his club of owners are talking about this and saying, look, we need to stop paying coaches, fire them and pay them to do nothing. Okay, I understand that, but let's see if everybody does that. Jerry obviously came through on that conversation, kept Mike McCarthy. There'll be no dead coach money in this particular situation. But what about Pittsburgh? What about Minnesota? What about name a team? Are they going to do the same thing? Or when they're not happy with their coach or don't get the results they want, are they going to fire him and say, well, Jerry, I'm sorry, I couldn't stand the dude. I'm going to pay it. Yep. So, I mean, everybody's got to cooperate in that situation. So it'll be interesting to see if they do.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star, live in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas at Stadium Swim as we get ready for tonight's Sweet 16 games.
What was the best part about coming out here? There's a lot of good things about coming out here. But when I was packing, Jason, I didn't have to pack readers. Didn't have to worry about where my readers were, my glasses, all of that stuff. And it's thanks to Parkhurst New Vision. Look, summer's coming up, and I know all of you folks are going to probably travel somewhere. Wouldn't it be nice not to have to pack those readers, pack those glasses, pack those contacts? Do away with them. You can do that with the good folks at Parkhurst New Vision. They've done it for me. They've done it for my wife, and they can do it for you too. Look, all you have to do is take the first step, and that's to call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020. You can also check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. When you call them and set up that initial consultation, go in there. You're going to love the place first and foremost, but tell them that Joe Reinigle from the Blitz sent you. Then ask all your questions, get all the information you need. They'll check you out, make sure you're a candidate for what you want to do. They are thorough, completely thorough in what they do as they do it right. Get rid of the readers, throw them in the garbage, give them to a friend, whatever, but do it. Let Parkhurst New Vision do for you what they've done for me and my family. Give them a call. Take that first step. 210-585-2020.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
You don't hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2706. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2706. That's 800-575-2706. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Okay, I know I can't be alone on this. Is anyone else behind on their Easter prep? Because it snuck up on me. Good thing I went to Kohl's. I found Sephora beauty finds for under $25 that'll be perfect for my girls' baskets. And I saved 40% on cute dresses for them too. Then I got myself a stylish dress for 20% off, plus an extra 15% off. Oh, and I earned Kohl's cash. Kohl's saves the day again. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sephora and kids' Easter looks. Coupons do not apply. 15% offer ends March 30th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Get the one and done you want for your dog's monthly protection. NexGard Plus, afoxolaner, moxidectin, and pyrantel chewable tablets. Protects against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms. All in one delicious beef-flavored soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection prior to starting a preventive. Ask your vet about NexGard Plus chews.
Always find what you love at Total Wine & More. With so many bottles to choose from at the lowest price, it's easy to find your favorite Cabernet or a new single-barrel bourbon to try. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine & More. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly, B21.
When a cold keeps you up, try NyQuil Severe Honey Flavor. The nighttime, sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, Honeylicious, best sleep with a cold medicine. Powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a dreamy honey taste to give your body the rest it needs to get that cold gone. Wake up refreshed, feeling relieved after enjoying the delicious flavor of NyQuil Severe Honey. NyQuil Severe Honey flavor, use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Always find what you love at Total Wine & More. With so many bottles to choose from at the lowest price, it's easy to find your favorite Cabernet or a new single-barrel bourbon to try. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine & More. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly, B21.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Spurs are back in action tonight, looking for a 3-game win streak. If they get it tonight, it'll be the first time this season. They're taking on the New York Knicks inside the Frost Bank Center, 7 o'clock tip-off. Keldon Johnson listed as questionable. Houston Astros back in action tonight against the New York Yankees after blowing a 4-run lead yesterday. Texas also in action. You can hear that game on San Antonio's ESPN 1250
This
at
Sports Center
5:30.
update is brought to you by Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas.
Yes, sir, for the second day in a row, and love this. Love this. I could do this every day, Minix. Do the show every day out here and watch the people have a good time while we're working.
You know, I'm hoping this is the first of
many
trips quarterly every day. You wonder though, like we got in to the Wednesday night 10:30ish by the time the limo got us down to the Circa.
That's about
checked
right.
in and went to bed close to 3 last night.
got done with work at 4 here.
Yeah.
Got to bed at who the hell knows?
About 1. I was a little earlier last night.
You were?
Well, you went to bed before I did.
I don't think so.
Oh, you absolutely did.
No, we went to Fremont Street.
Dude, do you remember last night?
I do.
Okay. We played blackjack when you got back from Fremont Street.
Yeah, but we didn't. We went back to Fremont Street.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
At 1 o'clock in the morning.
I think it was, or later.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I did go to you. You're late guy.
Oh. You know, there was a reason you were like, dude, are you coming to breakfast? But you wonder if you're living out here. You clearly don't stay in that kind of mode.
No, you don't.
Or maybe you do. It'd shorten your life, but it would add a lot of excitement to it.
No, well, it would do that, yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how people, my sister lives out here, and she's not a gambler, and I guess that's how you have to be. But I'm just, my personality is such, it would be very difficult for me to be out here and not have something on something.
Well, that's exactly. So it is kind of one of those crazy things when you look at it that way. I find it interesting what people look for in photos. So Chip Ingram, who owns the Roo Pub and many other great spots, it's his birthday today. And
happy birthday, Chip.
He is out here to celebrate his birthday. We're out here, obviously. The Roo Pub is in the Big Blind, great partners with us here at the radio station, and have been for years, right? So he takes a photo and he tweets it. And I don't know what you do. You look at the photo, you make it bigger, you zoom in on the cases of water that we have in our cabana.
Uh-huh.
And now I don't know. Are you looking for water? Or are you just looking at, how our setup is? You're looking I don't know, but it's amazing. Yes, they brought us a case of water and 2 big ice buckets full of water to stay hydrated.
Absolutely.
I wish they would do that with beer or other beverages, but it is amazing to me the number of people that notice the little things in the background.
Well, it's only certain people notice that.
Well,
I think I'm not sure that anybody else noticed how much water we have. But, when you're talking about R.J. Ochoa, he notices things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Like he zooms in on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy, isn't it? I mean, he's looking at little things like, I don't know.
Well, yeah.
It's a little creepy.
It's not a little. And again, of all the things to point out, yeah, we're not going to be thirsty out here, regardless, whether it's water or after we get off work, alcohol. You're not thirsty in Vegas, ever.
No, you're not. And what's good about this and us working and not drinking is we get to rehydrate so we can go do it all over again.
Well, that's it. I mean, but you've got to be smart. We are professionals.
Let me get my water.
Yes, boss. It is all water here.
Water.
As you could see in the background, it's like he was doing detective work for management. Like, what do they have back there?
Yeah.
Clearly, like you could see there's, I mean, what you see on the camera, if you're watching on YouTube, that's, but there's not like I got a beer hiding over here. But I think RJ was checking for that.
Maybe so. And I will tell you, our Jason and my willpower is pretty good. Right before the show began, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see this. 2 girls dressed scantily, working for Tito's, came by here offering us shots, and we turned them down.
Yeah.
So I got a pair of sunglasses instead.
I got some playing cards from Tito's. They're like, well, do you want the free swag anyway? We want to get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
We can't quit until we get rid of all this stuff.
Exactly. That's what it was. But you can take the drink for us. Oh, we can't. We're working.
Oh.
But, it's like, yeah, I understand the feeling. I mean, we are professionals at being at places, watching people drink while we can't partake.
Yes.
Like coming up in Well, let's see. In about a week from Monday will be the national championship game.
Yeah, that's right.
The Blitz will be live at the Roof Pub at 281 in Redland Road.
Right.
The NFL Draft rolls around. We'll be live at the Roof Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. So when you look at it, every time we're out in a place like that, we're watching a lot of people drink, and we can't until we get off work.
And that's what we do. And it just makes that taste so much better, though, when 6 o'clock rolls around and that cold beer's waiting on us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just nice. Yeah, it is. Everybody knows how it is. It's just nice to have a beer when you get home and you're oh, man, we got some more folks coming around.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Dude, that might be one of the greatest shirts I've ever seen. My goodness. Except for the Detroit part, but that looked pretty awesome.
Nice. Look at that.
If you saw that on YouTube, like a Miller Lite Tommy Bahama kind of shirt. What do you call it? Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt. Yeah,
Miller Lite.
So.
Miller Lite Tommy. What do they call it? Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, Larry Durker would have been proud of that one. And Richard Oliver.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, it's good to see some folks from San Antonio showing up here. And that's why I hope we this becomes a regular thing, so we can find some ways to bring some fans out here and some listeners out here to enjoy this beautiful place with us.
Absolutely. We've got some tickets to give away to the Valero Texas Open. These are Saturday tickets to the Valero Texas Open. If you want them, they are yours right now. If you're caller number 11, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776, you're going to win tickets to the Valero Texas Open on Saturday.
And, we're actually going to be out there Thursday and Friday.
Yep.
Doing the show live. That's going to be fun.
Yep, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm enjoying
Good stuff.
that. Hey, I know the weather in San Antonio has been kind of crazy, but are you really surprised? I mean, it happens every spring. You get those thunderstorms that roll through there. They come with hail, thunder, lightning, all of that kind of stuff. They can take a toll on your roof. So if you want to make sure that your roof is okay, that it's survived, that it's ready for the storms that you know are coming, you got to call the one company that stands high above the rest when it comes to roofing, and that's Stevens Roofing. Look, a quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort, means confidence. It certainly means peace of mind, protection for all of the things that you love. If you're in the market for repairs, a replacement roof, or an upgrade, work with the experienced team that brings local roots, value, and a vast knowledge of their craft to every job. That is Stevens Roofing. Look, get that roof checked out. Make sure it's okay. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. Give them a call. Do it today, 210-785-0994.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four, one winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code KOSTOS, KOSTOS, and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. This U.S. promotional offer not available in D.C., Mississippi, North Carolina, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY for New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. For West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. First bet offer for new customers only, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
San Antonio, get ready for CarFest, April 5th through the 7th at the Freeman Expo Hall. Enjoy a car show, driver workshops, entertainment, plus the chance to win a free car. And the best part, admission is free. Learn more at CarFestSA.org.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancer pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hike the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Ryan-Nagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, Instagram, at Joe Ryan-Nagel 210. At Jason Minix, at SA Sports Star, especially on Instagram. You can follow the stories there. We're live in Las Vegas, which is why you want to follow the stories at Circa Las Vegas. You could also tune in and watch. We've got our pool cam set up on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
Now, keep in mind, we're in the cabanas, so this is a multi-level facility, kind of a pool, right? So we're on the top level of the pool. You go walk down is where most of the action is happening down there. There's 2 or 3 or 4 pools down there. I mean, all kind of with chairs and everything else.
7 is the number.
Yeah, 7 is that it? There's a bunch. But you go down there, it's where the DJ is, the bar's down there. There's a grill down there as well. There's also blackjack tables in the corner over there.
Yeah, I've done well at those tables.
So you can do a variety of things here at Circa Las Vegas. But that's where we're at. We're in a cabana on the top level. And most of the folks that are partying, and there are a few down there, I'll tell you that they're getting after it.
Yeah, place is packed, and looking at some of the various comments that are out there, there are a lot of thongs down there too.
There are, yeah.
Yeah.
There are a few.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Well, I'm just listening to the reports we get from our on-site reporters.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what we should probably do is put Chip Ingram to work.
it is his birthday and all, but we should have him take the camera and just walk around down there for a little while so those watching on YouTube can actually see the party that is going on.
Well, I think Chip is enjoying his birthday. I just saw him walk by, and if you're watching on YouTube, you did too, with a couple of ice cold drinks in his hand.
Yeah.
So I think he's
not
doing
water.
I think he's doing just fine.
Yeah, I don't think that was water.
Yeah, they had a little something stronger in there, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yep, it was. Yes, definitely. So go watch on San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, and when you're there, make sure you subscribe. Do that for us. And we're out here in Las Vegas because, just a great weekend when you think about sports overload kind of weekends. Opening day of Major League Baseball yesterday. Obviously, there's baseball going on. Today, the game they've got on right now, you just look at that Sweet 16, got to college basketball tonight, last night. And last night was a lot of fun watching those late games in the sports book inside. The excitement of those late games, man, that was a lot of fun.
Well, that Iowa State-Illinois game was a good one. It turned out exactly as I predicted, by the way. I'm just saying it did. And just like Creighton's going to beat Tennessee tonight, I got a good feeling about that. So see if I can go 2 for 2. I have a feeling I will.
Well, what do you mean go 2 for 2?
Well, I had Illinois last night. I was telling everybody on the radio and on YouTube and everywhere else you were listening that Illinois was the pick last night, and it turned out perfectly. So I'm telling you that Creighton is the pick tonight.
Okay, so
Creighton. I like to give a pick every day, to help folks out.
Creighton is a 3.5-point dog.
They are
to Tennessee.
Yes.
Okay. And Illinois was favored by.
No, they were a 1.5-point dog yesterday.
Okay, they win by 3 against Iowa State.
Yes.
A 2 seed against a 3. Okay.
So this one you have a 2 seed against a 3 again.
But you think the 3 is going to win this one?
Yeah, just like they did last night.
Yeah. No, so we're not going to talk about, like North Carolina losing to Alabama, and you thought yesterday they were done. Alabama.
Well, did I say that?
Yeah.
I might have said that.
Oh, okay.
I said.
I mean, because there were 4 games yesterday. We kind of picked them all, but you only want to talk about one?
No, the one that surprised me was Clemson last night. That was the one that surprised me because I didn't think that they were going to win that thing. But they did.
No, I'm stunned that Arizona lost.
Yeah.
I thought Arizona and again, I know a lot of people had Arizona in their Final Four and in their championship game.
They
did. And look, I think that to me the biggest surprise of the night wasn't that North Carolina went down or that Clemson upset Arizona. It was just how strong UConn looked against San Diego State, blowing them out by 30. It wasn't a game. And
I mean, from the get-go, UConn took it to them right away.
I couldn't have been more wrong on how that game played out. Now, I had UConn winning, but I was questioning the line at 12 just because San Diego State is such a good defensive team. So is UConn. I thought points were going to be at a premium. And so it might have felt like a blowout. I think I said yesterday, I don't think if you're a UConn fan, you're going to be worried that you're going to lose this game, but 8 or 10 points might be it. 30? I mean, that wasn't even competitive. That, to me, was the biggest surprise of the night last night, was just how dominant UConn looks. And look, I'm not going to change my pick. I've got Houston in all my brackets, and as long as Houston is alive, I'm staying with them. But the idea that UConn could win every game in this tournament by double digits, which was one of the prop bets coming in.
Yes, it was.
The way they have played, holy crap, that might happen.
Well, I tell you what, they do look powerful, don't they? And Houston's got a tough battle tonight. That Duke team is playing well. So, yeah, they're going to have their hands full tonight before they even have to worry about what's happening. But to your point, UConn already, because they have the lineup here on the big board here at Circa Las Vegas, is already an 8.5-point favorite over Illinois. The team is just on another level right now. So I need them to stumble somewhere because most people have UConn winning this tournament. And they might very well do it, but then they would be repeat champions.
Well, and you think about, the Houston Duke game tonight, plus Marquette, NC State happening in the great state of Texas up there at Dallas at the American Airlines Center. John Machota from The Athletic will join us at 5 o'clock today. He's actually going to be inside the arena. Well, we'll talk some Cowboys, but also some college basketball as well. Yeah. Machota's big college basketball junkie.
Yeah.
But it is kind of interesting because you look at Duke and the fact that they are playing in Texas, you would expect a pretty pro-heavy crowd, right? But at the same time, when you look at that game, pro-heavy Houston crowd, but Duke's one of those national brands. It'll be interesting.
There'll be some Duke fans there,
And Houston is only a 4-point dog or a 4-point favorite.
Yeah.
I thought that line might be a little bit more.
I don't know. Duke's playing well. And so that's what I mean. That could be a really good basketball game. I think we've got some good matchups tonight. I really do. Again, I think Creighton wins, but I think that Creighton-Tennessee game is going to be a good one. Marquette, North Carolina State. Look, I think North Carolina State, they're one of those teams that just got hot at the right time. They had to win 5 games to win their conference, and they haven't lost since. And so they're just hot right now. So Marquette's going to have their hands full. Now, that line scares the hell out of me, Minix. I'll tell you, Marquette's favored by 7 points. I'm thinking that might be too many.
Yeah, well, you just wonder with NC State. And that's one of the things that like you said, their coach looked like he was going to get fired.
Yeah.
And they've made this incredible run. But one of the things that when I look at like the conference tournaments, I'm always okay with a team that was expected to win the conference tournament not winning it, especially if you think they're capable of winning a national championship. Houston comes to mind with things like that. And I say that because to win the NCAA tournament, you've got to win 6 straight.
Yeah.
To win your conference tournament, depending on where you, where you are and how many games your tournament is and where you started, you're looking at, like NC State, for them to have a 10, 11, 12 game win streak, at some point, you're going to drop one. At some point, NC State is going to run out of steam. They had the momentum coming off the conference tournament into that first weekend. Now they've had to wait a week. Are they going to be able to pick up where they left off and keep that run alive? At some point, teams that are streaky like that, remember who they are.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Mark, I've got them in my Final Four, so I'm certainly hoping that NC State wakes up tonight and loses that game. But 7 points seems a lot to me in that respect. So we'll see what happens there. But again, all of these games, Gonzaga and Purdue, Purdue looks like they're a powerhouse. I mean, they're playing good basketball right now. So good games tonight, and I look forward to them.
And then you start looking at the matchups for the weekend. And, we know what's going to happen on Saturday with the Elite Eight and who's going to end up punching their tickets for the Final Four. And you look at the games that are coming up tomorrow night in the Elite Eight, that Illinois-UConn game. I think both games could be pretty good, but so wildly different. I think a lot of people's brackets have Illinois and UConn. I don't know many brackets that are going to have a Alabama-Clemson prediction if you go back a couple of weeks ago. But when you look at the styles and, matchups make great fights, right? I think we've got some good stuff here. UConn, what does that say, 8.5?
8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
Over, is it 155?
155 sure is. And then Alabama's a 2.5-point favorite over Clemson. 164 is the total there. That could end up being a pretty good basketball game. But you're right. Nobody had Clemson, Alabama facing off against each other in this round.
No,
nobody.
That'd be one hell of a football game. Little Nick Saban against Dabo.
Yeah,
that's not the basketball matchup that I was thinking about.
No, not at all.
And again, the happiest man on the planet when he's looking at this has to be I'm drawing a blank. The Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC. He made those idiotic comments about the mid-majors not being allowed in there. And the SEC had a horrible showing overall in the tournament. But he's got two teams that have made the Sweet 16 round. And, a pretty good chance that one of those teams is going to make at least the Elite Eight. And just for you, Joe, I'll say that would be Alabama when they beat Clemson, because I know you want Creighton to knock off Tennessee. But the other commissioner that probably isn't happy right now is the one running the Big 12. Wants to be a basketball conference. Big 12 wants to be the SEC in football, that version in basketball. And it looked like there could be a couple of Big 12 teams in the Final Four. Hell, in my prediction, my bracket, I had Baylor and Houston in the championship
I did
game.
Too.
For only,
well, not Houston, I had Creighton, but I had Baylor there.
But for the Big 12 that wants to be the basketball conference to only have one team left on the second weekend of the tournament, that's not a good look for the Big 12.
Not a good look. And again, that's a tough game for them tonight. I mean, would it really surprise you? And I know you don't want this because they're your champion, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Duke ends up winning that game. I think Houston's got some great players. I really do. They were fortunate to get by Texas A&M, though. I mean, let's be honest. They were really fortunate to get by Texas A&M. So I'm looking forward to it tonight because we had a little time after the show. We go watch some of these things, and I'm looking forward to taking some of that in. Maybe as I'm playing a little blackjack. The good news here at Circa, they have TV monitors over the blackjack tables.
Well, of course.
It's perfect.
This place was built with sports watching in mind.
Man, it's just, you can't get away from it, which is beautiful.
Well, but you don't want to get away from it. You don't have to choose. Am I going to watch the game or am I going to go over here? Am I going to do this or am I going to do that? Even the pool here, you go to all the great pools, and Derek Stevens, who designed this, they went to every pool here, and the biggest complaint for him was, the pool is great, but I can't watch the game. I can't see the game. I can't hear the game. They've changed that. Same thing when you're playing at the tables or you're going around slot machines. I mean, you can find the games on. That's the beauty of it. They have done it right here.
They have, no doubt. If you're a sports fan, this is a place for you when you come to Las Vegas.
It is the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live at Circa Las Vegas. It is a holiday weekend. Easter's coming up. A lot of family get-togethers, and sometimes that could end with somebody calling 911. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. Family get-togethers, it happens. Fiesta's right around the corner. You get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. You can text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. And you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, the Final Fours are set. Men's and women's looking forward to the championship. We will talk all about it. The Valero Texas Open is here. We'll be out there Thursday. We'll get you ready for that as well.
The Spurs played the Knicks and the Warriors over the weekend. Did they get 3 in a row? Do they look promising as the season comes to a close? The Morning Huddle starts at 6. We'll see you there.
Public health is more than just healthcare. While a doctor treats individuals, public health looks at the health of a community. At Metro Health, we research the risk of illness and take action to stop the spread of infectious diseases. We introduce prevention and early detection activities that help individuals enjoy healthier lives. We protect against environmental health hazards. Metro Health collaborates with community partners to improve health outcomes because we are all public health. Celebrate National Public Health Week with us. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth. And if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Are you ready to party with a purpose? Taste of the Northside is Thursday, April 18th at the beautiful Security Service Event Center. This elevated fiesta event for foodies includes on-site covered parking, entertainment, unlimited tastings from over 30 premier restaurants, countless curated wines and craft beers, hosted by Brighton Center, presented by HEB. Purchase tickets at tasteofthenorthside.org. Proceeds benefit Brighton Center, the largest nonprofit in San Antonio, serving children with disabilities through pediatric therapy and education initiatives.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2706. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2706. That's 800-575-2706. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Endurance has paid hundreds of millions in claims. Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-686-8079. That's 800-686-8079. 800-686-8079.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jay Semenix in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas. Pretty good group of San Antonio Sports Star listeners that we just met that are hanging out here at Circa.
Yeah, now they came over, not staying here, but they're in Las Vegas here enjoying the festivities in Las Vegas. But, I just when we say we're going somewhere, we do it right. Normally it costs $30 a head to get in this place.
Yep.
Right? If you're not staying here. These guys got in for free because we're out here broadcasting. It's just some of the perks of some of the things that we get to do.
See, there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
At $30 a pop.
Yeah. You do math? Go ahead.
And $14.
Yes.
But again, though, and look, you choose how you want to spend your money in Las Vegas, but but the other part of it, and again, if you know people that are out here, what you have to do, and that's what these guys did. They got in on late last night.
Yeah.
So they heard us yesterday. Hey, go to the Cabana check-in. Tell them you're with San Antonio Sports Star and you get in free.
That's right.
And the perk of it that I didn't even think about until these guys just said it is they're at the wristbands for the highest level here, for lack of better words, the VIP Cabana area.
Yes.
So and because they have access to it, you got a couple of pools up here that are only for Cabana wristbanders, right? If that's the right word.
Sounds good.
But also, so like RV, we're in the Cabana kind of suite area. There's TVs, couches and all that. But you also have at the edge of that pool over there. And if you're watching on YouTube, they probably are actually in the shop.
I think, yes, they are sitting on the couch over there.
Yeah. So they've got those couches over there. They have table. They got their buckets of beer and they're set up having a good time. And, that clear wall. So they are looking at all the people that are down yonder. It's almost like, say, you're on the first row of the upper deck or the second level.
Yeah.
That's kind of that view that they have, which is pretty incredible.
What's cool about being up here, too, is that, and I've mentioned, because it's a multi-level. So you go down, there's several pools down there. That's where all the people, it's crowded down there.
Oh, yeah.
You could come up here and just kind of chill and get away from it. And you've got the best of both worlds. You want to go down there with the crowd, you can do that. You can come up here and get away from it all, whatever you want to do. So, man, I tell you what, this place is so unique and so – yeah, it's really an awesome place. And for a sports fan, you can't beat it.
Well, and again, you look at, sports and gambling, you think about the man cave mentality and the other parts too. Like for us, this is great. Our wives are also having a great time because, Derek Stevens, I would say his wife probably had some involvement in that, but there's plenty.
Yes.
If you don't want to sit at the sports book all day, they have other things they can go do.
Well, a great example of that is yesterday at opening day. You're down in the sports book. Moms drank free.
Yeah.
So and the women took advantage of that yesterday. So and I'm glad that they did.
Are you talking about my wife?
Well,
yes.
Among others, yes, among others. But they took advantage, as they should have. About that. We just met from San Antonio, said they'd been here before to the book, but they didn't want to pay to get into Stadium Swim.
Sure.
So they didn't have to today, and they're enjoying themselves.
Well, and look, like none of those guys actually brought anything to go swimming in. And one of them joked, he's like, I didn't want to be all, San Antonio and just jump in the pool in my jeans.
Right.
Now everybody's guessing what high school he went to with that comment, right? but the idea that, especially if you're not going to swim, you think, okay, do I really want to go there? And I think what they're finding out is, you can swim, but there are lots of people here in jeans or, non-swim attire that are hanging out that are never going to put a foot in that water. Right.
That's absolutely true. Yeah.
Just the experience of Stadium Swim with the televisions, the blackjack, and again, the food here is pretty incredible.
Sure is. Very good. So I'm happy that they came out. We appreciate them. We appreciate all of you guys and gals. We appreciate y'all very much. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad that Circa made the great decision to bring us out here. We appreciate them very much.
Literally, one hell of a story, which I'm glad it all worked out the way it did. Derek Stevens, the owner of this place, is pretty freaking awesome.
He's pretty awesome.
He is
guy,
a cool dude. And again, to give you an idea of Derek Stevens, who's the owner, and he's designed this thing. So yesterday we're doing a deal, and it is what, 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Or right before 10. It was like 9:30 in Derek Stevens' opening day. He's down at the sports book. Last night watching basketball, he's sitting over there watching basketball. Then I don't know. Actually, I could tell you. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll show you this photo. According to my timestamp, 10:14 p.m. We're sitting at one of the bars because it is Chip Ingram's birthday, the guy that owns the Rue Pub in the Big Blind.
Yeah.
Derek Stevens is walking into that bar and comes over, says hello, introduces him to Chip, and so you can see that Chip. Yeah, Chip doesn't like to take pictures with a lot of people. That's not really Chip's thing. But, and again, this is a billionaire guy, but to spend, 10 minutes BSing or whatever, and that's just who he is. But I mean, that guy had a long day yesterday, and, but he lives the lifestyle that he celebrates here at Circa.
Yeah, he does. And I mean, how many other billionaire owners are walking around accessible to just about everybody? And yesterday, did you see him yesterday? He looked like a 10-year-old kid at a baseball game.
Yep.
I mean, he was having more fun than anybody else here. And it's just great to see. He's a good dude, and it's been a great pleasure getting to know him.
I will tell you, the guy does walk around, and he's very accessible, but there are people all around him.
Yes, there are.
He has a bodyguard that looks a little bit like The Rock. Is always, fairly
there, yeah.
Fairly, well, and there were I don't know, 6 or 7 that were always within a split second of being able to get there, and who knows how many that might have been a little bit farther away.
Oh, I'm sure
I don't know.
Protected.
But again, though, it is not uncommon if you follow Derek on social media, for him to walk up and down Fremont, to walk from here to the D, which is one of his other resorts. All the concerts and everything on the Fremont Experience, they put those on, and Derek is out there a lot. And again, just you would not. Again, who owns a casino? You don't think about it being an individual dude, right? But he is. He's just a very cool dude.
And the great part about his story is he worked his way up, right? I mean, he started small and kept building and building, and now he's got one of the premier casino resorts in Las Vegas and here at the Circa. So props to him. And we were talking about this at breakfast this morning. I don't know if you heard that conversation, but it was would it be cool? I mean, would you be a cool dude if you were a billionaire, or would you be a donkey? I mean, because you could be either way, right? I mean, and you got the money to back it up.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. What a great question. I think I would end up just being a cool dude. I think I'd be me. You would be you.
I'd want to be like Derek Stevens, right? I mean, the guy's a billionaire.
Yes.
And he's just a regular guy.
He is a regular guy with billions of dollars.
Yes.
It's funny because there are rich people that I have seen that or met that I don't know if they realize they're being such jerks, right? But you would think so. It's just the way you treat people. I will tell you, one time we were in Las Vegas. We were staying at Palazzo, and we're walking down to our room, and we could hear this woman just berating one of the housekeepers about, and it was nothing, or it was a housekeeper when they bring your luggage up,
right? Okay.
Not a housekeeper,
bellhop.
The bellhop, because it took too long. And just the way she was talking to that person, I was just like, there's no way. I mean, there is just no way. You know, and that was a person. And you think, all right, well, you know, they think because they've got some money, they can just do that. I don't know. How would you guys be do you think you would be just one of those? Yeah, you know, I don't know. I'm more, you know, the joke was, you know, the $30,000 millionaires,
exactly,
you know,
yes,
that want to act like they've got it all, and they really don't.
They don't, but they put on a great show. I don't know. I think I'd have some cool toys like Derek Stevens does with Circa Las Vegas. I mean, this is his toy. This is his thing. And I would want to have some cool stuff like that as well. And can you imagine what? Because they have a thing here at Circa called the Mega Bar.
Yeah.
And that thing is huge. It's long, way
Yeah.
down. But Derek Stevens has a seat there.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting there and he comes up,
they're kicking you out.
You got to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his seat. And I like that. I mean, you know, I'd be a donkey there.
Yeah, well,
somebody sitting in my seat. You got, dude.
I got
I'll
park.
buy you a beer.
You know, I'm gonna have my parking spot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my seat at the bar. I'm always gonna have a table. So yeah, I could certainly see that.
Yeah.
I wonder how often though somebody has to get kicked out of that seat.
They probably don't sit there. You're right. But if it was me, I'd say, dude, you got to get out. But I'd tell you, give this guy whatever he's drinking.
Sure.
You know, and to make it, just move on down to another seat.
Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, he's a billionaire for a reason. I mean, you know, well, it's not like last night, you know, we're at the bar and he said, you know what, put their tab on mine. he didn't do that.
Wow. Hey, you sound a little bitter about that.
No, but I mean, but he's not going to kick, you know, I mean, but yeah.
Oh, I hear you. But you know,
there's enough this weekend on his tab for us. I'm good, but
that's a good point, yes.
Because I think that, you know, everywhere you go, you know, I got that one. Right. You know, but I mean, he's still a businessman. It's like Jerry Jones and not wanting to pay a coach not to work, man. You want that money to grow and create friends.
Come on, Jerry.
Come on, Jerry.
Do something. I don't know. It's been a great trip, and we appreciate not only Derek Stevens, but Mike Palms, who was with us yesterday, Aaron, who's been running around taking care of us. So it's been a great trip.
No, it really has. And you know, the great thing is so often when we travel, you know, last show you pack and you go home. That ain't the case this weekend.
No,
we're not going home until Sunday.
Nice.
Yes.
So tomorrow's a free day. We can do whatever we want. Figure out what the plans are, or maybe there are no plans. We just take the day as it comes.
Well, I imagine there'll be some drinking.
Well,
I imagine there will be some gambling.
That goes without saying.
Oh, it does.
Of course.
Yeah, we have no plans. Well, dude, neither one of us are like, you want show tickets? What show do we want to go see?
No, I'm not going to see a show.
Actually, you should. You go see Carrot Top.
I'm not going to see Carrot Top.
Text him and get you tickets,
I
man.
give a damn about Carrot Top.
Well, what do you mean? I thought you were besties when you met him a month ago.
We are, but
now you don't give a damn about him?
No, I give a damn about him. I hope he's healthy and doing well. But I don't want to go see a show.
Why not?
I don't want to.
You don't like to laugh?
Why? Am I going to laugh?
Yes.
I probably would.
Yes.
Why do I want to take 2 hours out of my night, especially on a Saturday night, when I could be doing other things like losing money?
Well, that's a reason why you should probably go.
That's a reason why, yeah.
You know, you were so mad. Your dinner last night, you went to dinner with some friends that are also out here, some 7-course dinner, and he was like, yeah, and obviously Joe didn't have to pick up that check. So
no, hell no, I didn't.
But you know, it's like, it took 3.5 hours. And I was like, think how much money you saved over those 3.5 hours.
Or how much money I lost by sitting there 3.5 hours. See, you got to have a glass half full attitude out here, because if I'm not gambling, I'm not winning.
Yeah.
I'm not losing either, but I'm not winning. So, yes. I mean, yeah, but you got to have that attitude. People say, yeah, I'm saving money doing it. Well, you might be losing money. You know,
you might be.
You might be.
You might be. I mean, it's like the lottery. You can't win if you don't play.
That's exactly
Isn't that
right.
The saying? But you can't go. Well, actually, you've tried.
What if I tried?
Going the entire time gambling the entire weekend.
Oh, I've done that.
I think the 3.5 hour dinner last night was probably good for you. Because I know what you were doing before you left, and you needed a reset. You needed a halftime. Let's go and get the pep talk from the coach and come out with a strong second half.
Yeah, that's it.
You're trying to play catch up. You were trying to rally from down 27-0. In the second half, put up some good numbers, but you made it interesting, but not even close.
Well, we had 3 bottles of wine. Is that what you're talking about? we got some friends here. Oh man, so that's who we went to dinner. Yeah, they just kept bringing bottles of wine. So it was delicious wine, though. I will say. It was fantastic, and the food was great too. It's just some of that food is like kind of foo-foo food that I'm not gonna
eat.
Yeah,
order.
Well, it's like I don't mind sushi, but one of the little portion of the 7-course was like an albacore tuna thing or albatross. I don't know what you call it. But it was actually
albatross tuna.
It was actually not bad.
It was good.
It was okay. It's not something I would order.
Wait,
it's not like I'm gonna look. Hey, I want that tuna.
Hold on. Did you just say you're not a sushi guy?
No, I said I do like sushi.
Oh,
some of it.
Okay,
depends.
Because I think you go get sushi once a week.
Well, we used to. Yeah, we used to. But we do on a regular basis. We'll eat sushi. So I don't mind. Maggie likes it. See. You got to make sacrifices for your wife. It's like I'm not the biggest Chinese food fan.
Yes.
But Maggie is.
Okay.
So, every now and then you got to go eat some Chinese food.
So you're saying you sacrifice?
Of course.
For your wife?
That's what I do, Jason. I sacrifice.
Is that so?
Yes. Fred Villarreal says, you put ketchup on your sushi?
He does.
No, I don't.
Well, you should. It could be delicious.
Well, maybe I will. If I do, I'll take a photo of it and
please don't
post it so everybody can see it.
I mean, somebody's going to mistake that raw fish as still bleeding.
Oh my goodness,
that is the thought of ketchup on sushi.
Hey, that's bad. Although if it's fried fish, don't you put ketchup on that? I love that. I mean, a little, like fish and chips.
You could. I mean, or fried shrimp. You can put ketchup on your shrimp tempura.
I guess you can. I like cocktail sauce, which is basically the same thing.
I mean, it's close. They're cousins.
Same
sure.
family. Yeah,
sure. I would say so.
So that's good. I'd rather have that. Put a little Tabasco in there. I'm actually getting hungry. Talking about food.
Here at Circa, there's that Chinese restaurant they have.
I'm sure they do.
The brisket fried rice there.
It's good.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're having Chinese food tonight.
No, we're going to Barry's Steakhouse for dinner tonight.
We're going to have, a little dead cow.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we will. Let's talk some Cowboys football coming up. Plus, a couple of tournament games. John Machota from The Athletic will be at the games tonight at the American Airlines Center up in Dallas. He joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And you think about the games last night. Hopefully you were having a little fun at UnderdogFantasy.com and winning. You could do that tonight with the college basketball pick'em being the easiest way to get in on the tournament fun. Another way to keep playing your brackets busted. Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy is a ton of fun to play, where you build your pick'em entry by selecting 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams and selecting whether they're higher or lower on all different kinds of stats in this week's tournament games. Your chance to win up to 100 times your money in a single night. Endless projections to choose from. You can create your own experience. It is fantasy, legal in Texas. Tonight's Spurs-Knicks game, same thing. So go download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to the website, UnderdogFantasy.com. Use my promo code STAR when you sign up, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick-em entry. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, use my promo code STAR when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
You're riding with a Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancer pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Okay, I know I can't be alone on this. Is anyone else behind on their Easter prep? Because it snuck up on me. Good thing I went to Kohl's. I found Sephora beauty finds for under $25 that'll be perfect for my girls' baskets. And I saved 40% on cute dresses for them too. Then I got myself a stylish dress for 20% off, plus an extra 15% off. Oh, and I earned Kohl's cash. Kohl's saves the day again. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sephora and kids' Easter looks coupons do not apply. 15% offer ends March 30th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a new Samsung Galaxy A15 for just $99. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah! Good talk.
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. In-store activation on single Silver Unlimited plan or higher required. Family plan discount with 4 lines, all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Hard work and dreams lead to success, but easily filing your taxes with TurboTax and Credit Karma doesn't hurt either. Make filing taxes a walk in the park because we'll pre-fill your info for you so you can file quickly and confidently. Winner! Get the peace of mind that comes with expert help. Let's go! Being powered by TurboTax means you're backed by the leading tax preparer, and we'll show you all your filing options up front so there are no surprises. File your taxes on Intuit Credit Karma today. Expert help not available with all products. Guarantee details available at turbotax.com/guarantees.
San Antonio, get ready for CarFest, April 5th through the 7th at the Freeman Expo Hall. Enjoy a car show, driver workshops, entertainment, plus the chance to win a free car. And the best part, admission is free. Learn more at carfestsa.org.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson, and this is 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the NCAA tournament continues tonight, the second half of the Sweet 16 round. And, of course, you can catch it all right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the NCAA tournament, immediately following the Blitz. San Antonio Spurs go for their first 3-game win streak of the season. They welcome in the New York Knicks to the Frost Bank Center tonight. 7 o'clock tip-off. Keldon Johnson is questionable.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix, live in Las Vegas. Broadcasting today, our office is Circa Las Vegas, the Cabana at Stadium Swim, as we gear up for tonight's Sweet 16 action.
Not a bad place to be broadcasting from.
Work.
It's tough, man.
I mean, look, if you're not going to be at the arena, this is probably the next best thing,
I would say.
Now, John Machota from The Athletic covers the Cowboys, but, he's a big college basketball junkie. He joins us now from American Airlines Center on the Buyers Barricades guest line. John, how's your Friday?
It's going well. I think I'd rather be where you guys are, but hey, this isn't bad either. I'll take it.
You're right in that. I would rather be here than at the arena tonight. I was trying to make you feel better.
No, it's fine. I think I've told you guys before, I'm a big Duke fan. So as soon as I knew that they were coming to Dallas, I was geeked because they just don't come around here very often. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Well, John, do you think I think it's a dangerous game for Houston. I think Duke is playing well, and Houston's going to have their hands full tonight. What are your thoughts?
No, I completely agree with you. I mean, Houston, to me, it's like Houston, Purdue, UConn are like kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack in terms of national title contenders. And so I think Houston's going to win. But, I thought that they would win last year in the Sweet 16 when they played Miami. And the Hurricanes gave them everything that they could handle. So, I mean, that's why you play the games. But yeah, I mean, Houston's obviously well coached. And they've got a very veteran bunch. So, like I said, I'm not expecting Duke to win, but if they do, I'll be very happy.
Well, and that's it. Out of curiosity, because, with the game being in Dallas, I expect a pretty heavy Houston Cougar crowd there. But Duke is one of those national brands. And in the Dallas area, I imagine there's a lot of Dukies. What kind of crowd do you expect, or are you seeing since you're already at the arena?
Okay, I've seen mostly Houston is probably the one that stands out the most, but it's hard to say so far, just because, that's the early game is Marquette and NC State. And so I don't know how well those two teams will travel, but I expect it to be a very heavy Houston crowd. But I think it would have been even more Texas A&M fans had they beaten Houston last round. But I still think that, Houston's got enough fans. And why, if you had that team that they did, being the 1 seed, getting to just drive up to Dallas to see your team possibly play tonight, and then again on Sunday, I expect there to be mostly Houston fans.
Yeah, I tell you what, Houston is fortunate that they got by the Aggies. That's for sure, and that's the beauty of the tournament, isn't it? I mean, it's it's one game. Anything can happen in one game, and I think that's why we all love it. And when you look at this thing, obviously UConn looks like a beast. They're just on another planet right now, but you just never know, and that's the beauty of it. Marquette and NC State, that's another team, John, that NC State that, man, what a Cinderella story they've turned out to be.
Really, yeah, and in a year where there really hasn't been a lot of Cinderellas. It kind of came down to them in Oakland to see who would be the one to get to the Sweet 16 out of those two type of Cinderella stories. But, it's been a lot of chalk. There haven't been a lot of big upsets. Coming off of the way last year's tournament went, I'm sure the NCAA won't be upset if, there's 3 1 seeds in there in Arizona for the national championship. But right now, it's been kind of wide open in terms of, you kind of feel like there's a separation with those top teams and everybody else. So maybe NC State can keep it rolling. I don't think anybody expects them to be on the run that they are right now. But Marquette's going to be tough. They're a 2 seed for a reason. And when Shaka Smart has been in the tournament, he's had some success.
Certainly has. John Machota from The Athletic joining us here on the Blitz. He joins us every Friday, generally talking Cowboys, mix in some college hoops. But the Cowboys haven't done enough to warrant conversation, which I didn't expect them to be active early in free agency. But the inactivity, the only one external guy that they have brought in surprises me. And then the comments that Jerry continues to make, like he did this week at the owners' meetings in Orlando. I'm curious. I know there's a plan. There's got to be, right? There is a plan. At what point in this offseason do we think we'll figure out what that plan was, and if it was successful?
Probably not till after the draft. I agree with you. I thought that they wouldn't be a very big player, maybe week one of free agency, because those are the big dollar guys. But I thought by now there'd be 2 or 3 other guys signed that, filled some significant spots the way Eric Kendricks did. And for it to be, we're now at the end of week 3 of free agency and no movement. I don't think anybody expected it to be quite this bad or this little of movement. So yeah, it's been surprising, especially, again, when Jerry continues to talk about being all in and his definition obviously being much more different than most. But, yeah, I can see why, probably the most frustrated the fan base has been in a long time coming off the way the season ended and the way this offseason's been. I just feel like, if anything, it's probably getting a lot of fans to the level of where they're kind of like, you know what, I'm good right now. Let me find some other forms of entertainment, whether it be college basketball, baseball season starting up, something, but the frustration has got to be there to a level where I can't even see where they get super excited about the draft. I don't think the switch turns quite like that. I think that it's this is an angry fan base that ain't going to get turned around very quickly. I don't see signs of a rejuvenated fan base till at least training camp, and even then it might not be to the level it normally is that time of year.
Wow, it's crazy. Now, of course, Dak Prescott continues to be a story as well. And what was it? Ian Rappaport, I believe, came out with the statement that Jerry said we're locked and loaded when it comes to Dak Prescott on his contract. Do you still – I'll just ask you straight out, what are your feelings on what the Cowboys are doing with Dak? And do you think eventually he gets something done with his quarterback?
I think, yeah, eventually something gets done, but it would not surprise me at this point if he plays out this season under that deal, because under the last year's contract, I mean, because of the fact of if you were going to get a deal done with him, unless he's coming through with some major bargain, which that would be stunning. I can't see why that would happen. Why would you even do it now? I mean, the whole reason you do it before free agency starts is so that you can be a little bit more of a player in free agency. And that was 3 weeks ago. So it doesn't even really it doesn't make a ton of sense to me, unless, like I said, that Dak people come to Jerry and they're like, hey, we're willing to take a little bit less, let's just get this thing done, put it behind us or whatever. But I don't get the sense that either side is going to really give in. And if either side isn't giving in, then this thing could drag out into next offseason. Maybe they get something done before free agency starts next year, but man, it would not surprise me at all if this thing goes throughout the entire season and let Dak play out the final year.
Deadlines make deals, and there's not one in sight. Right now, like you said, if you did it before free agency to free up money to go shopping, that's one thing. Now you don't even really have to deal with that. Now, I was reading a list earlier today, John, about best fits for current free agents, the guys that are still available. And they had Connor Williams coming back to the Dallas Cowboys. They're suggesting that Connor Williams comes back to Dallas as a center. Is he on the Cowboys' radar budget-wise? Would they like to have him back even though he's coming off of that injury?
Yeah, I think the injury is the tough part there. I'm not sure when he's going to be available to come back. I think that's the issue that you'd run into with Connor Williams, whereas I look at it as more of one of those things where I see them drafting a center at some point in the first 3-4 rounds and them throwing that center to the Wolves where maybe they have the center compete with Brock Hoffman, but that player is going to be the one that they're going to kind of look at as, hey, this is our next Biotis, and go that route as opposed to going after a veteran like Connor Williams. If Connor Williams is healthy, I think it makes sense. But from the things I've heard, I've still got ways to go in that rehab, and so I don't know if that really answers many questions. But the reason I point to the draft so much is because depending on what they do there, then that's when I could see them. Like if they don't get a running back they really like, or they still feel like there's a hole there, maybe that's the spot when then they go in after Dalvin Cook or who knows, Zeke or J.K. Dobbins or Clyde Edwards-Helaire or something. I don't see them going after any of those guys now. Why do it now? Might as well just wait it out and see what holes you can fill in the draft, and then go after some of those really low-priced veterans after that.
John, do you get the sense that Steven and Jerry honestly think that guys like Mozzie Smith, Sam Williams, Overshown, that these guys will show marked improvement, that they will they're going to roll with these guys when the season begins?
I don't think there's any way that they would feel like super confident that's definitely going to happen. I think they're hopeful. I think that they think that could happen because of the way that they've been able to draft and develop. But at the same time, I don't know how they can be that sure of it when they saw how little they saw from him in his rookie season. Then they have the shoulder injury. You know, I think if he came back in his second season and he was even close to the level of, let's say, a Johnson Hankins, I think that they would have to be thrilled with that. But I don't think you're drafting Johnson Hankins to get that type of production in the first round like they did with Mozzie Smith. So because of that, I just don't know that that's enough, you know, because that's not overcoming, you know, what you had last year. You at least had Hankins, you had Neville Gallimore. Both of those guys are gone. You need more help at defensive tackle than just Mozzie taking a little bit of a step up. You would need him to be significantly better, and you still need depth at that position. That I don't know where you're going to find it. It's so difficult to find that, especially now. The teams aren't trading good defensive tackle, so they can say that because they say that to be positive. But I don't know how you can be overly confident if you saw what he contributed this year.
John Machota from The Athletic. Make sure you subscribe to The Athletic and follow John on Twitter at John Machota, Jon Machota. John, enjoy the basketball tonight.
I will. You guys enjoy that pool.
Yes. That we will, as long as Ryan Eagle stays out of the Speedo.
No promises.
No, John Machota. No Speedo. The Speedo jokes on the YouTube page are pretty damn entertaining.
Yeah, they are.
That is for sure. It is the Blitz here in Las Vegas, at Circa Las Vegas, and I've mentioned it a couple of times. I mean, out here at Stadium Swim, it's like being at the Roo Pub on steroids. Well, if you're listening to me right now on 94.1, you're not making it out here tonight to watch the basketball games, but you can make it into the Roo Pub, where they have those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you get to the Roo Pub, go hungry. Food is fantastic. The biggest and best burgers in town. They got about 15 different burgers, including the original Wemby burger. All of it's fantastic. The appetizers, the onion rings, the fried shrimp. Pledge tells me the salads there are fantastic. And that kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. So when you need that late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. Lots of basketball on tonight, and the Roo Pub has proven over the last decade they are the place to go to watch any big game. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night. The Roo Pub, just down from the big blind next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Nothing beats March Madness. The pure sound of a swish, the rattle of a slam dunk, the fans on their feet, and the action just keeps getting better until a national champion is crowned. Hear all the action with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's and women's tournaments right here
on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star and San Antonio's ESPN 1250.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
Marcus, what happened?
I was changing my oil and I spilled some on the floor.
Oh, well, use these $50 bills to wipe it up.
Perfect. Got any more?
Yeah, take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app. Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Live in Las Vegas. We are at Circa Las Vegas. About 40 minutes or so away from a beer.
I would say that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, a nice cold one.
Well,
which they are very cold here.
Yeah, it's the only kind, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, have you ever say, I want warm beer?
Never. Although I hear in Germany, don't they serve warm beer there?
I mean, we're not in Germany. We're in Las Vegas.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
some people like warm beer.
Well, I mean, look, nice cold one. Well, of course it's going to be cold.
Well, there's some beer that's colder than others.
Yes.
Right? I mean, you go to the Root Pub, the beer's ice cold.
Yes.
You hear at Circa, the beer's ice cold.
Yes.
So, yes.
Yes. It's almost beer 30 for the Blitz.
Almost
beer 30.
Almost. We're getting there.
Almost beer 30. If you are just getting by the radio or you're by your laptop, you can go subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. A lot of people commenting on there. And the swim cam is up.
Yes.
I hate to break it to you boys that have been waiting for somebody in a thong to walk by. It literally just happened, but during the commercial break.
No way.
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
I don't know. I mean, she just literally walked by.
Should I get up and look?
I would say that might be good that you didn't get to see it.
Okay,
but it's not as bad as some. But she's very confident. Just saying.
Well,
but I know so many people have been commenting on the YouTube. There's like and what we got to do at some point is that camera going on at the rest of the place. I mean, eventually we will do that.
That's hopping down there. Sounds like it anyway.
It is.
You got the DJ with the the good jams happening.
Yeah. See, like Jacob Eric, he's been waiting all day, and now it feels like, man, he missed out. It's like the push on free bet. Instead, you get the the guy that's emptying the trash. He just walks by.
Yeah.
Not the chicken of thong.
There you go, Jacob. You
get circus staff.
You got the dude with the trash can.
Exactly. Exactly.
Twice.
Yeah.
What's he parading by here? Just trying to get his shot in San Antonio.
That's it. He wants to be San Antonio famous. That's what he's trying to do.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, but it's so funny because it finally happened, and we were in commercial break.
Well, I missed it too, y'all. So we all missed it together. I'm glad you saw it, Minix. Everybody a heads up.
Me too.
Damn. Hey, Joe, look. There. Right there.
Well,
that would have been easy enough.
She was right there. She was.
Dude, I don't know what I was doing. What was I doing?
Looking at your phone?
Maybe.
You were literally looking at your phone.
Typically, though, you get that little radar instinct. So it must not have been radar instinct worthy.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, I couldn't say, like, normally, it would be eyes left, eyes right.
Uh-huh.
Or something like that. There was just not that opportunity. And quite frankly, I mean, and if you're watching on YouTube, I mean, and you see where we've got the swim cam set up, out in front of our cabana, there's like a flower pot, right? And so there's a plant there.
Yes.
So literally by the time I realized, okay, yeah, and that was a thong, then, she's, it
was gone.
It was gone.
Yeah.
Yes. And there was, at that point, you were looking at your phone. I didn't realize I was responsible for making sure you're looking in the right direction.
Well,
although
I thought we were friends.
Again, I mean, look, if it would have been, you might have a bruise on your arm, right?
Right, exactly. Then you would have. Yeah, throwing stuff and
dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
I got you.
Dude.
I got you.
That wasn't
I got
it,
you.
But I'm just saying, we've been here for 2 days and look, there are lots of thongs down yonder, but up here we've had one.
Well, we're going to have to go down there in a minute or I say in a minute, in a little while, because the grill's down there and we might need a snack. Dinner's not until late tonight.
9:00 reservation.
Yeah. So we're going to have to get something to tide us over.
Yes.
So we may have to walk through Thongville down there. And
Thongville.
That's another thing. We're going to have to rename this. Nobody's swimming. So it's not a swim cam.
Pool cam?
How about big screen with lots of sports on it cam?
Well, that sounds stupid.
Well, I'm just saying that's what we're looking at.
I mean, it's the Stadium Swim cam.
Okay.
We are literally at a place called Stadium Swim.
Well, that works. Because that incorporates everything.
Yes, it's
swim, stadium.
We want
TVs.
you to see what we're seeing, and you guys get to do that. Is that better?
That's better. Yes.
I mean, can you put that on a hat or something?
I don't know.
I mean, can we take the hats that they just gave us and put swim cam?
Yeah, I'm just wanting now. See, this brings up an interesting point because both you and I, when we got these hats, when they dropped them off over here, they had the flat bill.
Yeah, they're the new era 950 snapbacks, and
so immediately both of us are sitting here bending the bill of the cap, and which I know a lot of y'all don't do.
Oh, a Pledge would have a heart attack.
Yeah,
Pledge is having a heart attack.
Oh, see,
yeah. But see, I don't like well, then see, like this hat, I like those dad hats. Those
dad hats.
Well, I don't know what they're called now.
It's a pretty good hat.
It is. It's a great hat.
I can't get it on over the headphones.
Can't get it on over your hair. I am much more of a. Where's the hat that I brought just in case? I don't know where my hat went.
You actually brought a hat, just in case of what? You don't want to get sunburned?
Yeah. See, I like hats like, what are these called? Dad caps? The 47 brands?
Who named? I've never heard that. Dad caps.
I don't know. See, the hats like this, I feel like they sit too high on my head. I feel like I've got a top hat on when I wear them. See, like Pledge would love this hat, but we've ruined it by touching the bill.
I
So
bet he could iron it out.
Pledge would not want that one because in his mind we have violated the cap.
Well, had I known that Pledge preferred a flat bill, I wouldn't have ruined mine, and I'd give him that one. Maybe I'll have to try and flatten it, Pledge. I'll see what I can do.
You could just go down to the store and buy one.
Why do I want to do that for Pledge? I mean, if I get something for free.
So the guy gives you a gift and you're already 4 minutes in thinking how you're going to re-gift it?
I appreciate what Pledge is doing back at the studio.
But not enough to go down and buy a hat for him.
You know how much that hat probably costs in the gift shop? That's like a nice run at the blackjack table.
Well, out of curiosity, they gave us a very generous tab, if you will.
Sure.
Credit,
right.
for food and drinks at the restaurants and bars here.
Yes.
Can you charge it to the room? Because that way, I don't know if our food and beverage credit works at the gift store.
I don't know.
Are you willing to roll the dice on that?
Maybe.
Because, see, that way you would technically have paid for a hat for James Pledger.
Look at all Pledge wants is El Cortez ball mark. See, because when it comes to golf, I'm Pledge's idol, obviously. Since I've got an El Cortez ball mark, Pledge wants one too.
And again, you could get one from the Circa.
We could do that, but he'd rather have El Cortez.
Well, again, he just wants to be like the rest of us.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame him for that. I mean, it's kind of a cool – that's why I got it, to use as a ball mark when I'm playing golf.
It's interesting because I've done that for years. Most of my ball marks are old chips, casino chip, dollar chips from everywhere.
It's cheaper to do that than to actually buy one of those from a golf course.
Well, yeah.
It is.
It is.
Because it only costs you $1 in the casino, and at a golf course, it's more depending on where you go.
Well, like maybe $3 to $5. I know they sell them over there, at every golf course. But yeah, I got Circa, I've got Bellagio, I've got
See, I didn't think about Circa. I need to get one of those now.
Yeah,
too.
see, Pledge could do that.
Yeah, Pledge wants a $500 one. So you take care of that, will you, Minix?
Gotcha, Pledge.
Look at that.
Although that's from the D last night.
Nice.
Playing blackjack.
Wow.
That's already been turned back into cash.
Minix showing off.
So you rallied well after free bet.
Yes. Yeah.
I kind of broke even last night.
I don't think so.
No, I really did. Because that table you and I were sitting at, I mean, I was kind of I walked away with the same amount of chips cash that I put in.
Okay.
So I had a good time.
But then you went over there and lost your ass.
Well, I didn't lose. No, I took it easy. I was actually, the problem is,
here we go.
When you look at it and you say you break even, I was up a couple $100.
Yeah.
And gave all of that back. And so that's the issue.
Yeah, okay.
So you feel like you lost.
It's always interesting when I hear people, and again, I think it's the honesty part of Vegas. Did you come home with more money than you left with?
Yeah.
Than you won in Vegas. If I won, like Joanna, she won $750 on a slot machine on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
She put $100 in. So she did win $750, but she has given that back at various slot machines throughout and is now down. I'm up, I think.
What do you mean you think? You don't know?
I didn't count my money this morning.
Oh.
Because
I didn't count my money.
Somebody texted about breakfast. We're going downstairs in about 20 minutes.
That's right. Everybody else was there.
I was still asleep.
You're a lightweight, obviously. Well, you can't hang or what?
Oh, it's fine. I was the first one up yesterday. Actually, I had gotten up. I had a phone call, returned some emails, and then I laid back down because it was still very early.
It's really stupid walk by the cam. Unfortunately.
See, and you didn't say, like, dude, stand up and go look over there. I could just tell by your face.
Yeah.
You were pulling out ones.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think she's a lifeguard. She had the red shorts on, and I think I might
all
have
of a sudden you're having trouble
I might
breathing.
have to drown. Let me jump in the pool. Oh, I can't swim. Oh, sir, it's only 3 feet.
just stand up.
Just stand
it's
up.
like you're on the Riverwalk. You fall into the river here, and just stand up. You'll be
Just
fine.
stand there, you'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Just stand up.
Oh, man, that's funny.
You're an idiot.
That was the best scenery I've seen since we've been here for the last 2 days. I will tell you that.
All right, Pledge, do me a favor. Keep the swim cam on.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over to the edge over there and show what's going on there at the rest of it. What's down below. You guys will have to look closely so you could see what Joe just saw. I mean, we're in Vegas, and there is some incredible talent here. So if we've got the if we've got the
I know you and I are here.
The
incredible talent.
If we've got a new clubhouse leader in Joe's mind, if you've got the ability on YouTube to take this up to your big screen, Pledge, you could take Joe and I off of this thing and just go full. So keep it going, because I'm going to take the camera and walk over there. So we'll give you about a minute of that, just because we're full service.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Absolutely.
We can talk ball marks and all that. You can get one of those over at the Golf Club of Texas too.
You can get ball marks over at the Golf Club of Texas. You can get drinks at the Golf Club of Texas. Get some great food over at the Golf Club of Texas. All of those things are available to you at the Golf Club of Texas. Look, if you were out at our golf tournament last Monday, you know exactly what we're talking about. That place is fantastic. Not only is the clubhouse and the restaurant just beautiful, how they're redoing the entire course. The golf cart paths are all being redone, not repaired. They're being replaced. So that is fantastic. They're putting they're putting brand new sod out there, all of it. They're just upgrading this thing because, look, it is turning into, if it's not already, the best public golf course in San Antonio and South Texas. Not a private club, but it certainly has that country club feel with the friendliest staff. And I talked about the Tin Cup restaurant. The food out there is absolutely fantastic. In fact, it is the best sit-down restaurant in that part of San Antonio, and won't break the bank to take the family out to eat. The Golf Club of Texas and the restaurant, the Tin Cup, always open to the public. Again, not a country club, but you get a country club experience. The Golf Club of Texas is right there on Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. For dinner at the Tin Cup, or round with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, the Final Fours are set. Men's and women's looking forward to the championship. We will talk all about it. The Valero Texas Open is here. We'll be out there Thursday. We'll get you ready for that as well.
The Spurs played the Knicks and the Warriors over the weekend. Did they get 3 in a row? Do they look promising as the season comes to a close? The Morning Huddle starts at 6. We'll see you there.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
a new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Puro San Antonio football is back at the Alamo Dome. Join the herd and watch your Brahmas in the best seats at the best prices. Single, season, and group tickets are available now. Don't miss any Brahmas action this season, led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips. The Brahmas kick off the season March 31st against the DC Defenders in the Alamo Dome. Let's pack the dome. Experience the excitement. Head to theufl.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. That's theufl.com. Vamos Brahmas!
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon on my new home, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix at Circa Las Vegas.
Starting to get a little bright in here.
Yeah, well.
And the future's bright.
So you got to wear shades. Good Lord.
Woo!
On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix, the station at SA Sports Star, and all of our social handles are the same here on the Blitz. At Joe Reinagel 210 on Instagram and Twitter, Threads if you're still there, although we don't do anything there, but if you want to, on Instagram and the stories later. Make sure you're following along because, you know, the night is, about to get started for us. Beer 30 is
right around the corner.
It really is. So when you look at it, just follow along. It's ready.
Follow along because with the technical issues with the laptop, right? So we can't do that. I'm going to go over there after the show immediately, and I'm going to shoot a video, Jason. And I will put it on the socials. Jason will have it as well. I'm going to tag him in it so you can see what we're talking about since we weren't able to bring that to you. But I figure we owe it to the folks that are watching on YouTube, and it will be there, I'm assuming, and will live there for a while. So if you can't get to YouTube now, you can get there later, and you kind of see what we're talking about. But I'll do that and have it on the socials shortly after 6 o'clock.
Yes, with a beer in hand.
Yes.
With a beer in hand for sure. We've got some corn tickets to give away, right, Pledge? We still have those?
Yep.
October 21st at the Frost Bank Center. That is a Monday night. Nothing like starting the week off with a good rock show like Korn. If you want to go, be caller number 11 right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 11, you're going to see Korn at the Frost Bank Center. If you don't win them, you can always buy them at livenation.com.
And if you happen to be in the Frost Bank Center tonight, you'll see the Spurs playing the Knicks.
Yeah, Spurs do play the New York Knicks tonight. Let's do Game Night San Antonio.
This is the AA Best Bail Bonds Game Night San Antonio on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Jack hammers it in.
Every game night, The Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. Players, coaches, insiders. This is the AA Best Bail Bonds Game Night San Antonio.
Wemby for three. And Wembanyama put him in the friend zone.
The pregame show starts now.
3 in a row? Is that well, it's a possibility, but
is it going to happen?
Yeah, well, we're in Vegas. Would you put money on that happening as the Spurs get the Knicks tonight at home?
Boy, that's a good question. You know, that would really be a good question. I don't have enough faith in the Spurs to actually put money. And although I haven't seen a line for the Spurs Knicks tonight, I would assume that the Knicks are favored in this game. It's just a matter of how many points they are. So, would you bet on the Spurs to win?
No.
Okay.
No.
So we wouldn't put our money where our mouth is.
Well, I think by saying it that way, we are putting our money where our mouth is.
So we're not putting money where our mouth is, and that's saying that we wouldn't bet on it.
Right now, New York is favored by 8.5.
8.5.
The over/under is 213.5.
Now, see, that might change things. You wouldn't take the Spurs plus the 8.5?
No.
I might do that.
The problem with the Spurs, I don't know if they're going to show up and get blown out one night like they did against Phoenix last week and then come back and beat them the next. I don't know what Spurs team is going to show up. I don't trust them, which means I would not put my money on them.
3-game win streak on the line. You got to know that Pop's in there, coach. Guys, fellas, 3-game win streak. It's an accomplishment. We're getting closer to 22 wins.
Well, and that, you know, again, depending on what, like we know Wemby has said he does not want to be a part of the worst team in record-wise in franchise history. But they're also trying to keep pace by finishing in the bottom 3. So they won the other night, but guess what? So did Charlotte. So Charlotte is still a game better record-wise, win-wise, than the San Antonio Spurs. So the Spurs are still in the bottom 3. That was not a costly win the other day if you're looking at the lottery.
I can't look at it that way. That's so backwards in every way possible.
Well, it's not. I get what you're saying, but if you're going to suck, you want to suck the most. You are rewarded by finishing in the bottom 3. You know, and so and again, the percentages are still not great. They had the second best odds last year, and they still won. They still got Wemby. They still won the lottery. So it's not a guarantee, but you want to give yourself the best opportunity to have that top draft pick. And by doing that, you've got to finish with the worst bottom 3 record wise. You've got to suck. That's the way they can win right now.
Well, dude, they already suck. I mean, they're already there.
But they got to really suck. They got to finish in the bottom 3 of suckage.
I'm encouraged by the way Wemby and Devin Vassell have been playing together as teammates. I really am, and I the more I see that, the more I'm optimistic about Devin Vassell being a part of this team moving forward. Now, anybody else, who knows? But I think Devin Vassell has shown enough where he can take over games when he has to, and he can be unselfish when he has to. I don't know what or who talked to him over the All-Star break, but he has come out and been a completely different player since.
I know, really, and even before the All-Star break, it was kind of the rodeo road trip. That kid has been great since February. His game has changed. And you go back to that photo that was tweeted out from something in the practice facility, the know your role and all that kind of stuff. And we said on the air, as soon as it felt like this was put up for Devin Vassell.
Yeah.
And he has played completely different. He's a shooter, and I agree with Greg Popovich, and I'm glad Pop said it the way he did several weeks ago, being in the tough spot that he's in. The idea of you are a shooter, but you have to know when to take your shots. And you know, when you're supposed to be the shooter guy, You just think you always have the green light, but there could be a better shot out there. Make the good basketball play. The other night, they had, 40 assists on 44 made field goals? That's the beautiful game all over again.
Not only that, they didn't turn the ball over. And that's been huge for the Spurs this season. They've turned the ball over, and it just has killed them. By the way, Raul Dominguez just tweeted out that Pop said Keldon Johnson still questionable for tonight's game. He's going to test his sore right knee out in warm-ups, and then they'll make a decision on his availability for tonight's game. That's the latest that we have from the Frost Bank Center.
Interesting. And look, I mean, we've joked a couple of times that the Spurs seem to play better without Wemby, although they only have 2 wins without him. It just feels like more. But what is their record without Keldon? The other night, Keldon wasn't out there. And I hate to say it that way, but I think as you listen to the way this team is playing and some things that Greg Popovich has said, that they're evaluating who's going to be in this mix next year. And you wonder with Keldon, who I think is a very tradable player, how much they look at the flow of things without him out there. I mean, everybody misses games, and you win, and you go, all right, what's going on there? And let's face it. I mean, even Bradley Beal said, after they blew out the Spurs on one night, they came to the gym the next night not ready to play because it was the Spurs, and they suffered an embarrassing loss. It's crazy that, of the Spurs wins, 3 of them are against Phoenix.
I know, that's nuts, right?
It makes no sense. So, they beat a good Utah team the other night. Well, the Knicks come in. What are they, 3rd in the East right now?
Yeah.
The Knicks are a really good basketball team. I don't think they're championship level good yet, but I think they've got a chance to be second round Eastern Conference Finals depending on matchups. But I don't know if they're at the point where they're going to go lift a Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of the year. But this is a good basketball team that they're playing tonight. So would I be surprised if the Spurs won? They've beaten some good teams. I'm surprised at any win the Spurs get. But I don't know that I'd be surprised if they lost by 35.
Well, all of those things are true, and that's the problem. You just don't know what's going to happen. So, again, single-digit games left in this season, which is nice. I want to get the season over with, see where the Spurs fall, and what they do in the offseason. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be more active than people think. At least that's my hope. And I really do hope that the Spurs are active this offseason when it comes to some veteran players. I want to see what they do in the draft. The draft is not as talented this year as it was last year, but there are some good players in there.
Yes, and with the picks, I think the Spurs have so many options when it comes to rebuilding. You can use those picks to draft some players. And the good news is we're at the point now where we're not drafting for Austin or leaving them overseas somewhere. Or are you going to use those picks in some sort of trade package to get some immediate help, which is kind of what it's going to be a combination of both, I think. But I do think the big trade is in the offseason plans.
I hope so. Again, I want to see this team improve, and I want to see this team improve big time next year. Now, I'm not expecting championship runs. I'm not expecting necessarily even playoff next year, but I want to see some improvement. I want to see 30-plus wins, and see, the hell with that. I've got to be honest with you. I want to see play-in next year. And I think with Wemby coming back with the experience he's had, if you add a couple of pieces to this puzzle, I don't see any reason why the Spurs can't be at least fighting for a play-in position next season.
I don't disagree with that, although it's kind of like trying to figure out what the Cowboys are going to do. With the roster the way it is right now, it's hard to guess. But I don't think, even though Pop and everybody preaches taking the right steps and all that kind of stuff, I don't think Wemby wants to wait. And more importantly, Wemby appears ready.
He does.
If he didn't appear ready, I could understand a more patient approach while he learns the NBA game. But that guy does things on a court, and you're like, and it's only going to get better. Once he cleans up the turnover problem, gets a little bit stronger, Yeah, I mean, he is better than advertised, and that is saying something.
And again, I'm going to harp on Devin Vassell. I think he has gotten better, and I think he fits with this team, and that is part of the puzzle. But I still believe this team needs some veteran guys, and I'm not even advocating for a huge blockbuster trade, but to get some guys in here that have some veteran experience that can help out this team right now, along with the young guy or two that they're going to add in the draft. I think they're ready, and I think this team. There's no reason to think, and I don't think Spurs fans should be patient. Let's go. Let's get this thing done. And to me, Pop, that's not skipping steps. That's just making this team better, and let's go.
So Spurs and Knicks tonight, plus you've got a couple of pretty big basketball games tonight. Sweet 16 continues. Games that you can listen to here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I can already tell Joe's getting nervous about his Creighton game coming up.
I am. It's a late game, so I'll be watching. And I need Marquette. So I've still got 3 teams alive for Final Four. One of them is still alive in Illinois. They got a very difficult challenge ahead, though. Well, they take it on UConn tomorrow.
They do. I've got 3 or 4 in my Final Four still alive. But you know, when UConn looked so dominant last night, which to me was the bigger surprise of last night, just how they handled San Diego State. But you look at the tonight's first up is that Marquette North Carolina State game. I think Marquette wins that one.
I think they do too. They're in my Final Four, by the way.
I think Purdue knocks off Gonzaga. Houston will beat Duke, and I'm taking Creighton over Tennessee.
All right. So we're making picks. Is that what we're doing here? Obviously, I like Creighton over Tennessee. I've been saying that. I feel really good about that one. I'm going to go with that. And I may have to disagree with you on a couple of these things. I think that Gonzaga is one of those teams, for whatever reason, when it comes to tournament time, they're incredible. However, Purdue's been playing well. So I'm going to go with Purdue in a very good game. I think it will be a good game with the Boilermakers. The others I look, I think Houston should win, but I think Duke's going to give them hell. I really do. And Houston showed some flaws against Texas A&M.
They did, but kind of like with the Iowa State loss in the Big 12 championship game, you can learn from that. They had the problem with A&M in the A&M game is they couldn't put them away. They never really put them away. If A&M makes free throws, Houston's home.
They're done.
But I like teams that have been tested like that. And I think that will help Houston in essentially a home game tonight at the American Airlines Center.
Can you imagine the crowd that would be there if the Aggies would have beaten Houston?
It
would be nuts in Dallas tonight. I mean, absolute nuts.
They'd run out of beer.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, it's not Texas State, but
those Aggies are lightweights.
Really? Are they now?
Well, I'm just saying.
The freshly haircutted Rob Thompson would like a word.
It's exactly, and that's my example. The Rob Thompson leaves 30 minutes after we get to a party.
That happened one time.
It did. It
happened.
I love you, Rob.
Time.
You know that.
Those tournament games, you can listen to them coming up here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's been a blast here this weekend at Circa Las Vegas. If you get a chance, man, this place is first class. Pledge, you did a fine job holding down the fort.
Yes,
it's time
Pledge.
for us to go drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to